Two rain falling here on our Fix Mike, our radio listeners. Rocky Cocker now. 35 out for the first goal of the game. It's just across the face. The one behind. So 2 behinds now to South Launceston. Longford yet to score. Doesn't seem to be any perceptible breeze advantage. Pretty still day. Out from fullback. Murfitt. Long here looking for Madden. Chase Oliver front position. Ball from behind there by Alexander, out of play. So just 7 days ago, 114-point margin, Max. As we know, each game is a new game. Wet conditions. It is a personnel change for each team.
Yep. You forget about all that. It's a new day now.
Then the boundary throw in. Freeland does pretty well to get it. A Cock who's been lively early. Little volleyball spike, finds Holt, gets high contact. Take the free kick with a push and shove. They're taking control. Grant Holt, fantastic season. As a player leading. Chase Oliver doesn't get as far as him though. They dive on the footy. Umpire says against Sam Lucas there. See what it is. An incorrect disposal. Murfitt with the ball. It's Jake Murfitt in the helmet. Back pocket. Chin kick here. Finds its way. Curtis, we hard to see.
That's all right, I've got it here, Dave. Matthews to Curtis there.
Looks skewed here by the rain on the window. Commentary position. Comes up here in the direction there of Graham. He has a second chance to pick it up. He does so now. Handball's inboard. Little fumble from Alexander. It's like a piece of soap at the moment. Logan Smith might have got high contact. Now he might be holding the ball. The Longford crowd below us like that. Free kick to Jet Maloney. Wanted a 50 for the ball coming back incorrectly. He has to go behind his mark. And he has to again. So the crowd gives some advice there in FX, Mike. Off it goes. Over the top there from Hubbard. Murfitt up the ground this time. Inside 50 for the first time for the Tigers. Ball cleared out. Front position there, Kalen Matthews. Can't take the mark. They slip and slide. They dive in. They tackle. And it'll be a ball up. An attacking 50 for Longford. Inside 50, Dave Gruber.
3 to South Launceston, and that was Longford's first.
Max?
I was just going to say Brendan Taylor's going to be looking for a new jumper at quarter time, but just hanging by threads after that little melee on the wing in the first minute.
Kick forward for the Bulldogs. Fumble from Headland. Opens the door for Lachlan Harris. Ball spinning around there at half forward. He picks it up. Centering kick. Bouncing footy. Ends up there with Murfitt again. Jake Murfitt goes to the wide, fat side of the ground. Diving and taking a mark there. It is Gatenby, the number 6. Spare jumper is ready for Brendan Taylor, says Chris. He's had to retreat under cover. With the heavy rain falling. Sitzma kicks inside 50. Ball spills to the back. Woodcock Davis in his 50th game picks it up. Shrugs a tackle. Funny old kick with the right boot. Tries to fash it there towards Alexander. Still in play. Spills out of bounds in front of the old tree there, the gum tree that's been there for many years.
Not a leaf moving on it at the moment, Dave, so very still day, like you mentioned earlier, just with the rain coming straight down. Gum tree's been there since 1840.
I reckon just about since first settlement, I'd say. So we're 2 behinds now to South Launceston. Longford yet to score. There'll be some scores in the early games in a moment. And the boundary throw in. Winning the tap there was Sitzma, but only gets as far as Foon. His kick's semi-smothered, spills out of bounds. In the women's elimination final today, it was Launceston 7-3-45, defeated Scottsdale 1-3-9. In the reserves, big win to North Launceston 11-13-79, to Longford 5-2-32. And in the under-18s, Old Scotch 5-7-37, St Pat's Hull Collegians 5-5-35. So those winning teams through the preliminary finals at Windsor Park next week. From the boundary throw in, it ups Casey Brown. Handball sideways to Hubbard. Long penetrating kick over the top of everybody. Taken in defence though well by Seb Page. He kicks towards the boundary line. I doubt it'll make it. Bounces on the spongy turf. Jake Murphy, beautiful centre, kick towards Larby, can't quite get there. He gets it on the bounce, he holds the ball in. South supporters want holding the ball. Longford player emerges, ball up. It's tough, rough finals footy, Max.
It is. Been a very phonetic 7 and a bit minutes. No one really getting any ascendancy at the moment, though. He's just gone up and down the ground, even though South have scored a couple of points.
Casey
Longford
Brown.
now copped one as well through their coach, Casey Brown, sorry. Casey Curtis.
Casey Brown got the ear behind there. So it's a bit of soccer score at the moment, 2-1. Could be a high scoring game as that kick is out of bounds on the full from the South player from fullback. So free kick Longford inside to Dakin. Did he get the arms chopped? No. Out to Farrelly, who's in defence. Farrelly, the worm burner. Up to the wing. Gee, that was a great pick up there by Matthew Lee. He gets the handball away. Further up the wing now in the direction of Chase Oliver. Played in the NTFA final last week. Lays a tackle and wins a free kick, the young fella. Played in the Bulldogs premiership team there against Prospect Hawks last Sunday. Ball inside 50. South player tackled. We'll get a ball up. So Brendan Taylor, thanks Chris, is now in jumper number 41. So Lee with the tap there for South Launceston. A lot of players around the footy. Lee again. Gets the ball free. Kick towards the goal square. Player thrown out of the contest. That was Morrison. Lockie Cocker tries to get a kick away. Kruger's tackled. Ball comes out eventually to Curtis. So don't argue. He might have got his opponent high there. He has. And Jack Morrison, the youngster who's been so impressive this season, Max. He's got a shot on goal.
He has, and Curtis there just trying to lead too much by example. Tried to do the fend off, and there's a few wrestles on the
wrestle again.
behind.
There's another wrestle here at half forward. A lot of energy being wasted on a wet day. It will be an energy sapping game. Is there a notebook coming out there? Something's happening.
No,
Or is that
back here? I'm not quite sure what's
the umpire's beckoning.
There's a card.
Beckoning players towards him.
Headland and Farrelly, is it?
And looks like a green coloured card, Max. Now you are umpire association. Tell us what that means.
Green's just cool off, cool down. Yellow is reportable non-serious offence. Red is serious offence and cannot return to the ground. Yellow, you can return to the ground.
So these players can be replaced?
Yep, 100%. All can be replaced, the green and the yellows. Green's just 15-minute spell. They're all yellows 15-minute spell as well, but reportable.
Okay. So we're going back to where we started with, which was a free kick to Jack Morrison after that. That's good umpiring, I think, because those little spot fires can continue unless you take some action.
Yeah, exactly, Dave. So, if they can... eliminate that, show a bit of leadership, which they've just done. Comes in to kick the goal.
Morrison, offline. It's out of bounds on the full. So about 10 3/4 minutes in this first quarter. South Launceston 2 behinds, Longford 1 behind. Little kick comes out. Gets marked there by Caelan Matthews. Handball to Jake Murphy, who's under pressure. Gets round an opponent. Nice penetrating kick with the wet ball. Give it Casey Brown, knocked away from him. Falls here to Fraser. He's happy to take the tackle. Good Longford support here today, Max.
Oh, look, some of the South people actually compliment Longford on the support that they do get.
It's terrific.
Once you've played at Longford, you go and buy a hoodie, T-shirt, whatever, and you come and support the club.
Fraser from the back of the contest. Inside out torpedo. Gets some good distance. Kruger. Sport from behind. Over the shoulder, though, says the umpire. Against Kobe Moore. Kruger. Kicks towards full forward. Lee has taken the mark. He's in a one-on-one there, Matthew Lee, with Caelan Matthews. And South Launceston's goal-scoring champion here, 52 for the year. This for number 53. An important goal from Matthew Lee early in this contest. And South Launceston 1-2-8. Lead Longford 1 behind 1 point. Today's broadcast brought to you by Gas for your LPG needs statewide. Talk to the locals with knowledge. Phone 13 11 61. And what a fine contested mark from Matthew Lee.
It was a good contested mark against a good player in Matthews. It was an interesting kick as well, Dave. He sort of done the old around the corner trick, but he just seemed to run a little bit further than what you would normally see them do on television, and the ones that elect to do it at this level, because there was no one there guarding that corridor in the middle, so he just managed to just keep running towards the goal and somehow still just flicked it over his shoulder.
Back in the centre of Youngtown Oval, goals will be like diamonds today.
I think there was a 6-6-6 warning there for South. Took their time to get into the middle, and the umpire was set to ball it up.
Taken by Madden, swung in the tackle, coughs it up though to Fraser, doesn't muck around, kicks inside 50, Lee front position, Matthews with the spoil this time. It's going to be a great contest between those two. Swinging ball here from Harris, bouncing footy, Lucas gets there first, picks it up, snaps and misses. Sam Lucas, one behind. So they're peppering a bit here early. Rubes, some early stats for us.
Clearance of South Launceston 5 to Longford 4, and inside 50 South Launceston 7 to Longford 4.
Lockie Cocker's kick is smothered well. Falls back here for the Tigers. Casey Brown to Gatenby. He's tackled from behind. And they win the contest again here through Wicks to South Launceston. Up here to Harris, who's been lively early. Well-built youngster. Leading player. Can't take the mark. That's Chase Oliver. Out now to Graham. Gee, if he picked that up, he was away. He's got a second opportunity. Slippery ball. Piece of soap at the moment. Lucas, he snapped for goal. Semi-smothered. Still in play. Deep in attack. And just Longford finding it difficult to work out of their defence at the moment.
Yeah, they just can't get it past the centre line, can they, Dave? Their backs are under relentless pressure at the moment for this first 14 minutes.
From the boundary throw-in. Lee, the fall, free kick South Launceston. Grant Holt got high contact. And down to pick up the ball. And it's old-fashioned footy, I know, Max, but wet days, first in for the footy is going to get those free kicks.
Yeah, you are. I guess the change to, in the last, 10 or 12 years, Dave, in that wet weather footy, if you go and dive on it and take that person's legs out, like it's great to be first at it, but which we haven't seen today, thankfully, but that rule was introduced to eliminate injuries.
Grant Holt, 45 to re-angle, 30 out for the Bulldogs second. Umpire, it's hit the post, that left-hand goal post. So, South, a lot of opportunities, high-scoring shots already to 1-4-10 the Bulldogs. One behind Longford as the kick comes out from fullback. Marked in the back pocket. Ben Murford over there. Kicks it wide. Out of bounds. Throw in at centre wing.
South structurally, Dave, from that kick out, they had the zone covered wherever you look there. So they're very disciplined there. Pushing up the forwards and just clogging up any space whatsoever that Longford can find to move the ball out of that defensive half.
From the boundary throw-in. Chance here for the Bulldogs. Taylor with that jumper change. Kicks towards half forward. The ball sails out of bounds on the full, right in front of the brightly shining scoreboard, which shows that South Launceston are 10, Longford are 1. Long kick out of fullback. Almost a mark there. Free kick for high contact. Cocker. Make sure the umpire saw it. Lockie Cocker. 2 kicks out from goal. Kick fades away to the pocket. Big fly from Fraser. Really a hanger there in the wet conditions. Couldn't hold it. Spills out of bounds. So we've got other games going on today. The main one is in WFL, Max. I think we've got Wynyard and Burnie elimination final this afternoon.
Well,
an early lead to Wynyard.
It is 19 points to 3 there, David.
Keep an eye on that as we go through the day. Here's Taylor on the left foot, snaps towards goal. Matthews front position. Oh, he drops the mark, has to release the footy. They dive on top. How's the umpire read this? Eventually comes out. Very hard to see in the gloom here. There are a lot of players on top of the footy. The ground was firm when we got here today, but the more this rain falls, it's going to get muddy and soft. So you really need to take advantage of the better conditions in this first quarter. Try and get some goals on the board. Matthews in the back pocket.
Ooh.
He might have been caught with the ball there, and then it's punted towards the boundary line. It works out okay for the Tigers. See the player back there. Kobe Moore takes a mark in the back pocket. He plays on, goes across the face of goal. There's a target. Dwyer. Dwyer kicks it up the wing towards Gatenby. Takes the juggling mark. First time Longford could be able to escape their defensive 50, but the kick from Gatenby's not good. Slips off the side of the boot, out of bounds.
Just having a look down in the goal square, Dave. Is Chase Oliver
Getting some attention.
Him and Matthews just glided into the goalpost. It put a bit of a bend in it, I think. Probably a permanent one with the strength that they hit it at. He's just holding his shoulder. A bit of a stinger, I would say, but they both collected it pretty hard, and good to see them both up and still taking their part in the game.
It's good to see both fine young players. Taylor there. Picks it up. And balls to Cocker in close contact. Whoa! That's a big tackle there. Casey Curtis holding the ball. Casey Curtis lets him know about it. Now some push and shove again. So it's going to be a free kick to Casey Curtis. Here we go. Left foot now from Charlie Taylor to the centre of the ground. Slides off the fist there of Foon. Wicks will get there first. Under pressure from Sam Gray. Wicks did well. Got it to Charlesworth. Over the top to Foon. Foon gets a call from the wing from Fraser. Poor kick though. And it's intercepted there by Lloyd from Longford. Lloyd goes here towards Sam Gray. Picks it up well in the wet. He gets to 60. Punts it forward. They'll fly. No one can take the mark. Over the back there's an opportunity for Chug. But the ball beats him over the boundary line. So groups inside 50s, I think, will be the South's way.
It is, yeah. They've gone in 10 times, so this is Longford in there for their 6th.
So it's a boundary throw in. Might be a long quarter this. We've got 19 minutes. Only the one goal kicked. Front position, Sitzma tries to launch on goal. They'll concede here. South Launceston rush behind.
One goal, Dave, but you've probably spent 6 or 7 minutes with Mellows as well. So
yes.
add that with the time on it at Premier level.
So away now by Woodcock Davis in his 50th game for South Launceston. Kicks to the far side, much to us commentators' chagrin. So we've got to get the binoculars up again. Lead lays a tackle. Get the ball up. The 15 minutes for those players that came off, Max, who keeps track of that?
That's the interchange's responsibility.
Yes.
Yep.
Change steward.
Interchange steward. It's Mr. Hibbs down there today, is it? Or looks like Mrs. Clark, one of them.
Comes out to Deegan Madden. Handball. Casey Brown couldn't take it with him. Taken away from him by Cocker. Up here towards Harris. Thumps it over here in the direction of Chase Oliver. His handball's a beauty. Back to Carl Fraser. Fraser now gets the handball away to Kruger. Kruger to the square. 1-on-1. Holt front position. Grant Holt. Good possession footy there. Good skills. Oh, he's invited to play on as Holt. Now he's gone.
He walked off his line, Dave. He was coming towards the middle.
He's shaping for a shot on goal, and the umpire said, "You're off, son." So that is a really big moment because Holt wasn't a certain goal by any means, but he might have got it, and now it's out of bounds on the full. Kick across the face. Grooves, you might have to help me out with the number there through the side window. 69.
I think it's 69.
Harris, Lockie Harris. So right on the boundary line here, 40 metres out. Bulldogs lead by 8 points here at Youngtown. The winner will take on Launceston next week in the prelim final at Windsor Park. Harris, good attempted goal. Across the face. Jake Murford can't quite pick it up. Paddles it in front of himself. Now Holt gets to the footy. He picks it up. He's tackled. And it's out of bounds.
Certainly willing out there, Dave. Obviously, not obviously, but I suspect Longford are keen to atone for last week. They've come with a physical game today.
It's a boundary throw in. Madden takes it. Paddles it towards the boundary line. Spits out again. Chance for the Tigers to clear through Casey Brown. Ball gets to half back here for the Tigers. He's coming back in here through Wicks. His kick's poor. The rain really starting to affect the skills now in this game. Charlie Taylor back to Sitzmu, just kicks it off the ground. They get territory, which is important this afternoon. He kicks it about 40 metres up the wing. It'll be a boundary throw in, slightly attacking side of the wing. The Tigers in attack here. Trail by 8 points. Commanding win by North Launceston yesterday, Max.
Good game till half time, I think, Dave. You were there, were you? Or?
Yes, and North Launceston didn't take their opportunities in the first half, but boy, after half time, they really put the foot down.
I made most of them then.
Longford player gets a quick kick away. It was Curtis. Good spoil by Foon. Dakin dives in, as does Alexander for South. Foon's got it again, dispossessed. And the ball's out of bounds. 23 minutes gone, first quarter action here in City Park Radio. Dave Moore, Dave Gruber, Max Walker, and we'll hear from Chris Sayer hopefully at quarter time if we can get him within range here. Going out to the huddles. From the boundary throw in. Got a whistle on play. Kick inside 50, Sitzma from the free kick. Woodcock Davis is there, the dangerous chug was lurking. Seen out of bounds there by Summers for South Launceston. So right beside the left behind post. Ethan Hubbard comes on to replace Casey Brown in front of us. Can they snap something here, Longford? They're well in this game. They lost by 114 last week, but today is a new day. Sitzma to space. They did well though, South Launceston through Summers. Got the handball away to Charlesworth. Now, will this be insufficient intent? Max, what do you think? Throw in. And the Longford crowd was sweating on that decision.
One of those 50-50 ones, Dave. I don't think the intent was there, but you could quite easily see why others saw it as intent.
Such a difficult one, isn't it?
Very.
You ask 10 people and 5 would say one and 5 would say the other. Is boundary throw in. Madden, front position, he's doing well. Handballs though straight to a heap of South Launceston players. Fraser. Cruising past there is Foon. Smart kick out here towards Page. He leads the race for the ball. He should get there first. Pursued by Maloney. He doesn't try and pick it up. A little bit of soccer skill. He falls over. Gets it back again, Seb Page. They dive on top. And we'll get a ball up. Groups, give us a couple of stats while we get a stoppage.
Clearances, 9 apiece. Inside 50s, 11 for South Launceston, 8 for Longford. Free kicks, 7 to South Launceston, 8 for Longford this quarter.
15 free kicks already. So the ball now towards attacking 50. Is once again putting your umpire's hat on, Max. Is there a target number of free kicks per quarter? I suppose you can't really do that, can you?
Well, the target is pay the ones that are there.
Okay, I knew you were going to say that. Out it comes here to Graham. He's dispossessed. Player almost gets his jumper ripped off. We get another ball up.
It's going to be one of those days. Plenty of stoppages, plenty of ball ups. Possibly plenty of free kicks this up there. And free kicks do happen in the wet day. If you get too high, you slide on the knees.
It's less open.
It is, yeah. It's not a free-flowing game under normal circumstances in a day like this, where it looks like it's going to set in. So we're not going to get any better than what it is now, I wouldn't have thought. Looks like the 15 minutes is up. The boys are
ready to come back on.
Change.
KB is replaced now by Josh Gray. He had some injury concerns this year, Josh. He was runner there for quite a few weeks. And he's back in at the business end of the season.
Gray or Moore?
Josh Gray.
Okay. Moore had quite a few injuries early as
Kobe?
well. Yeah,
he did as well. Yes, true. So waiting for a blood rule there, perhaps. Yeah, waiting for quite a while here before resuming hostilities. From the boundary throw in. Hubbard, handball straight to the opposition. They bring it away south. Carl Fraser, he's had a great first quarter. Kicks high, centre of the ground. Oh, mark dropped there. Should have been taken. Still a chance. Kobe Moore tackled. South, great tackling. They win the footy. Harris, handball over the top. Taken here by Lucas. He finds himself some space. He launches towards goal and he kicks it for South Launceston. Sam Lucas A valuable goal once again in these conditions. 2-4-16, the Bulldogs. Longford 2 behinds, 2 points. And in a quarter where we haven't seen players with a lot of space, Sam Lucas found some and he converted.
He did, Dave. Just opened up in front of him there. Gathered the ball about the true centre-half forward position. Had time to compose himself, take half a dozen steps, and poor checking there by the Longford defence. It's one that they possibly will regret. Shouldn't have got away that easily, that one. Umpire Gregson, have a look at throwing the ball up here. Getting a bit wet there, Dave, in the cricket pitch area.
See some puddles, aren't we, Max? Yep. Underway again. 2-4-16, plays 2 behinds. There's Taylor there working hard. He's a good wet weather player. He kicks up to the attacking 50. Chance here, Kruger caught, holding the ball. Took on the tackler. Free kick, Kayla Matthews.
That's probably the difference a bit too, Dave. Like, you've got to adjust the way you play as well. Like, that was dry weather footy. Just tried to fend the guy off. Thought he could do it, but the ball's wet and slippery. You can't do that type of thing today.
Murfitt. He's got the ball in defence of 50, Jake Murfitt. Goes wider and finds Sitzma. So South forcing Longford to go wide to the boundary. He goes there again. Spills out of bounds. It's a hard one though, isn't it, Max? Usually you can do those daring 45 kicks back into the centre. But on a day like today, it's a lot of risk involved.
It is. The more skillful players will have the confidence to do it, and the ones that attempt to do it are probably going to do it once when it doesn't hit the target, and then they'll decide to go long down the line.
Freeland and Sitzma this time. Sitzma won the tap. Carl Fraser working hard. Get another ball up. So just the 4 marks inside 50 this quarter, all to South Launceston. Out the back, it's the skipper, Charlesworth. Close confines, gets it to Foon. His left foot pass, clears the head there of Fraser. Chance here through Jet Maloney. He kicks it forward. Deegan Madden resting up forward. One grab, couldn't take the second. Now he's tackled. Gets the handball in the Gatenby direction. Can't pick it up. He gets a second chance, young Tom. Spits out the back to Maloney. He's caught, and we'll get a ball up. So 29 and a half minutes gone. Just a couple of minutes to go in this quarter. So it's going a bit longer than I thought, Max. You were right about all those stoppages we've had. Munting knocked out of the way. Taylor, little kick. They need a late one here, Longford. Jake Murfitt inside 50. Thumped away beautifully there. Defensive player was Tom Summers with a left fist. Gets the congratulations from his teammates. It's out of bounds.
If you're given a best on ground for the first quarter, I'd give 3 votes to Jake Murphy. He's covered everywhere from the back pocket to the forward pocket and probably touched it 15 times, I reckon.
A fair bit of it.
And, you know, they talk about metres gained these days, Dave. I reckon he's gained 300 already.
So I'm liking the work of that half-back line of South, with Tom Foon, Charlesworth, etc. They're doing a pretty good job. Seb Page involved. From the boundary throw in. Madden tries to take it. Ball flips out. And watch not the high tackle here, South Launceston. Guess we're going to get another ball up. Keeping track of ball up, Screws, but there's been a lot.
There has been quite a few, yep. Repeat ones too.
The clearance columns are filling up.
They are.
Will there be a clearance here as player dives in, high contact, no, holding the ball. It's against the player there in Shug. It's a free kick. It's Munting, such an impressive debut season here with South Launceston. Up the wing, they fly, off the hands. Taylor couldn't take it with him, that was Charlie Taylor. Falls now to Lloyd. Spearing pass was poor. It was all South Launceston. We talked about that half-back line. They're holding firm. This time it's the on-baller, Grant Holt. He goes wide. There's an option there in Charlesworth. He just plays a solid game week after week, Max.
He does. Just a solid contributor. Yeah.
See why he's skipper, just his consistency of performances. Kicks up the wing looking for Logan Smith. Knocked away from him. Towards the boundary line, Kobe Moore. Happy to see it over.
Composed, doesn't panic. Wasn't the best kick on that occasion,
no.
But again, just reads the play really well, gets himself in the right position, and more importantly, when he does get it, 9 times out of 10 he uses it effectively.
So in the background there, See, it's almost a fog here now with the rain consistency. Kick launch there from Cody Moore, I think it was. It's a bounce inside the line. No, it's going to be a free kick into the last minute here.
I think the fog on the windows, though, has come from
Yeah,
the man on our right here looking after time, Rick Costello.
He's done a great job. It's such a great place to be here, right next to the...
Doesn't take his eyes off the game.
Oh, almost a big mark to Cocker, not paid. Off hands, that would have been a terrific wet weather mark. So it's attacking side of the wing. Sorry, Max, you will
just
waxing lyrically there about continue.
He watches the game, doesn't miss a beat.
Yeah, absolutely. We're not far away from quarter time here. Ball released there from Dakin by foot. Foon overruns it. They fall over. Foon goes back in again. Swung in the tackle. No one can win effective possession. Tough old quarter-finals footy. We've got a sling tackle. It's going the way of South.
You've got to call them all the time. More importantly on a day like this, Dave, where people lose their footing easily when they've got the ball. And if you're going to slam them into the turf like that...
Charlesworth long up the wing.
You pay the penalty.
Ball to the front of the contest. Player caught with a footy. The incorrect disposal. It's going to go the way here of Ethan Hubbard. To windscreen wipers on the far side. Headlights on. Hubbard kicks up the wing. Ball spills. And we've got quarter time here at Youngtown Oval. And South Launceston, doesn't seem like a big lead, but in pouring rain, it's a good advantage at quarter time. 2-4-16. Longford at 2 behinds, 2 points. Max, some quick thoughts to quarter time.
Yep. Well, the first thoughts, Lee and Lucas, the two L's have kicked the goals for South.
Yes,
yep, absolutely.
And both been handy players as well, we should mention that.
Both been handy, both got a bit of the ball, which is great. Quick thoughts, South have just been a bit more composed. Obviously, Longford have come with a goal of playing physical footy, which that first quarter was physical, not just in that melee, just all around the ground. There were some hard hits, there were some strong tackles by both sides. No one pulling out, which you don't expect to see at any level, and certainly don't expect to see it at Premier level. I thought, like I said, I called young Murphy, played really well. Lockie Harris has got a bit of ball for South across half forward, taken a couple of strong marks, which is fantastic. Seen young Chase Oliver put a bend in the goalpost down there. He was getting a bit of it as well. Like you called, Lee's, a really good forward focus for them. Lockie Cocker getting a bit of it, which is good. So, and Fraser hasn't played a lot of senior footy, but started on the wing, and he's come into the game, covered a lot of ground, heading back as well. And for Longford, their coach Curtis has been heavily involved. He's always in and under, loves that sort of footy. Like to see him throw Larby into the ruck, just to get him involved in the game. Yeah, like before he had the first 6 or 8 months away from footy, he was one of the premier guys in the competition, so it'd be really good just to throw him in there, give him a bit of confidence. The boys love him. Deegan Madden, really good focal point up forward. Just needs those in and under guys, the Gray boys, the Jet Maloney's, and that they need to get closer to him. They need to be working. They've played 20 weeks of footy with him already. They should know where to be every time, and at the moment they're just probably not hitting the right spot. 14-point lead at South Launceston. Grooves, we'll put your stats on hold till after our commercial break. When we come back, we'll have Gruber's stats. Chris is going to come up to the box. He's out there at the huddles at the moment, Chris Sayer, and he'll give us a report from there as well. Quarter time here. This quarter time break is brought to you by our sponsor, Brew Coffee Hut, making hot drinks for you at venues around northern Tasmania. Thanks, Brew Coffee Hut. Quarter time margin, it's South by 14 points. Back in a moment.
a sponsor.
Lockie Cocker now. 35 out for the first goal of the game. Just across the face. One behind. So 2 behinds now to South Launceston. Longford over the shoulder though, says the umpire. It's Kobe Moore. Kruger kicks towards full forward. Lee has taken the mark. Matthew Lee with Kalen Matthews. And South Launceston's goal scoring champion here. 52 for the year. This for number 53.
Tigo 4 Hybrid. Now at Buffy Cherry.
Matthew Lee
Experience the
snaps and
practicalities 10 out of style.
one behind. So they're peppering a bit here early. Rubes, some early stats for us.
Clearance of South Launceston 5 to Longford 4 and inside 50
Used to eliminate injuries.
Rand Holt, 45 to re-angle, 30 out. For the Bulldogs second. Umpire. The post. Straight to Dave Gruber's stats.
Hit outs, 13 each. Clearances, Longford 13, South Launceston 11. Inside 50, South Launceston 12 to Longford 11. Marks inside 50, only 4 taken for the quarter, all by South Launceston. Intercept marks, South Launceston 2, Longford 1, and ended up free kicks 10 each.
Thank you very much, Dave Gruber. So, yeah, look at those inside 50s. Not much of a disparity, Max, but I just feel as if South had the better entries.
Yeah, well, they certainly did, Dave, and that shows on the scoreboard. And I think when we asked Dave, probably halfway through the quarter or 2/3 of the way through, I think it was about 10 to 6, and South had kicked their 2 goals from those 10, and so Longford just failed to get on the scoreboard. A lot with shallow entries. Only got a couple of real deep ones towards the end there as well, I think, if we watch it.
So a wet and bedraggled Chris Sayer is making his way up to the box here. And he's had to go undercover today, which is not great for our microphone, but he's just arrived up here in the commentary box. Chris Sayer, this is an unusual way of doing our reports, but it's the only thing we can do today. So how'd you go there?
Yeah, poor old Curtis. Coach Curtis had written all this stuff on the whiteboard. It's just washed off in the rain. So he wasn't happy with the pressure. There were a few lapses in pressure in that quarter. So he wasn't too happy with that quarter, but was to maintain the pressure for this quarter.
And any injury concerns for either team you can see?
Chase Oliver is grabbing his shoulder, but I don't think it's bad enough to stop him playing. But he came off in that quarter clutching his shoulder, but he's playing on.
Thank you very much, Chris Sayer, our boundary rider, doing a great job under difficult conditions this afternoon. He's got a free kick here to Longford from the restart. And it's Jet Maloney. He's going to launch it deep. He's got Big Larby there who's going to fly, front position. Seb Page, great handball to Hunter Farrelly, who seems to be playing down back today a fair bit. Unusual role for him. He kicks long to the wing. Chance there for Matthew Lee. Can't quite rein it in. Taylor and the Guernsey number 41 now. Picks it up. And all of a sudden, South have moved it up into their left half forward attacking position. And, good centre clearance there from Longford, but didn't quite take their opportunity.
No, they didn't. Maloney won the kick at half forward. Probably a bit of an in and under kick, or up and under kick. Which didn't do the forwards any great benefit, and just I think we'll see a lot of the way Farrelly cleared that ball today. Just the 50-metre bomb from one end to the other.
It's like his roll across half back there for Hunter Farrelly. It's good in his development as a footballer. As the kick comes up to the wing, contested ball. Diving in there was Tom Foon. Can't take it with him. It'll be a ball up. Sydney Park Radio 103.7, 96.5, and on the AFL Tas live YouTube stream. Kick comes forward, but Mark taken in defence for the Bulldogs. There by Logan Smith. He kicks long up the wing. Taylor, smart little tap on. Can't get it to a teammate though. Kalen Matthews is tackled straight away. Umpire says holding the ball. Took it to ground. Touch unfortunate, Max.
Oh, look, I think he took those 2 or 3 steps. His intent was to run away from the player and got tackled, didn't dispose of it correctly.
Matthew Lee with it.
Great tackle as well.
It was indeed. So Lee, I think he's too far out to score. Chips it to the hot spot. Out they come. Great defensive mark there, Jake Murphy. As Max said, it's been probably Longford's best so far. Looking towards his left, kicking out towards our side of the ground. The mark taken there by Lloyd. Another great season, Max.
He has.
Kicks it up the wing. Finds Casey Brown. Can Longford build something here? Gets the handball to Hubbard, who'll be under pressure from Farrelly. Gets the handball away just in time to Headland. Headland backs his pace in and is successful. And the umpire says you've run too far. And that is not too popular with the Longford crowd. But he did run a fair way. He had to run to try and escape that tackle.
And then he just had to take those extra 4 or 5 steps, Dave, just to compose himself to get onto his left there, and didn't happen.
Seb Page with a free kick, looking for Logan Smith. Bustled over the boundary line. And they're not real happy there with Dylan Headland. They need to be careful here, South Launceston. Look at another melee. Turn that effects mic down because there's a bit of language starting to come out of the crowd down below us. Now we get high contact. And I think it's going Longford's way by the sound of those cheers. I'm not sure who's going to take the free kick. It's coming back to Dylan Headland after all that.
Probably should have paid the kick 30 seconds before that, just to open it up, get it moving.
Kick towards the boundary line, kept in play. Kick backwards to Headland again. Not much achieved out of that. As Mitch Bennett kicked it back to Headland. This time he goes towards the boundary line. Finds Murfitt. Murfitt now with a long kick. Larby in position. Didn't fly in the end. Falls to the front. Sitzma gets it to Gatenby. Up here towards Larby. Spills off his chest. Charlesworth does well. Connects up there with Logan Smith. Handballs it away to Farrelly. His kick finds Cocker. It's a good possession footy out of the back line there from South Launceston. They can mount something here. He plays on. Chase Oliver, front position. Went one-handed in the end. Spills there to Morrison. Now to Freeland. The youngsters combined. Another youngster in Oliver. He thinks about the handball. He thought about it too long. It was a poor handball. He might have had a shot on goal himself there. He's got it again, Chase Oliver. He snaps with the right foot. Offline. 2-5-17. South Launceston. Longford 2 behinds, 2 points. We had a score there in the NWFL game, Max.
Yeah, we have, Dave. I'll find that again. I was just trying to find it on the...
32 Wynyard?
Yeah, 32 Wynyard to 4 points Burnie.
Okay, so the winner will
midway through the second quarter.
Winner will play Ulverston in the prelim next week. After Devonport had a big win over the Robins yesterday. Up the wing. Back position Freeland. Off the hands of Cocker. Close to the boundary line. The players slip and slide over. The boundary thrown right in front of us. It's a good crowd in it today for a Sunday, Father's Day, wet day. Both teams well supported. From the boundary throw in, Madden got the tap down towards Ben Murfitt. Picking it up is Dwyer. Gets some distance up here, over the shoulder. Free kick going the way of Sitzma. Amy Sitzma plays on. Looking for Maloney. He flies from behind. Gee, he almost got on his opponent's back there, I thought. Cleared away by the south back line, only as far as Casey Brown. Casey Brown gets around his opponent in Cocker. Runs his full measure. Kicks inside 50. Now we go. Free kick in the marking contest. It's a advantage paid though. Holt got his kick smothered. Overrunning it was Munting. Spills to the centre circles. Casey Curtis is tackled by 2 Bulldogs. No prior. So it's a ball up. Umpire Riley Donlan takes control. Throws it up. Deegan Madden wins the tap to the side of the contest. Farrelly had his jumper held. Good umpiring there, and Hunter Farrelly will take it. He goes straight away. There's a player in space, Lachlan Harris. Takes the safe chest mark. Has Carl Fraser as an option. Has to dive. Drops the slippery ball. Headland goes in. Runs into Harris. Harris little paddle looking for Fraser. We're going to ball up. There's no easy marks on a day like this, is there, Max? I mean, they look straightforward from up here in our dry comfortable commentary box.
It was just short by about half a metre.
It wasn't it? It wasn't a great kick.
Just a little toe poke. Just need a bit more effort.
Gliding past there was Dakin, couldn't take it. Gatenby, good handball to Casey Brown. His handball misses the target. Carl Fraser's caught with a footy. Back to Holt. Left foot kick. towards attacking 50. It clears the players on the bounce. Lockie Harris has got it. He's 30 out. Tough shot on goal. Near side. 2-6-18, the Bulldogs, leading the Tigers 2 behind, 2 points. Tigers staying in the game. It appears that South Launceston are in control, but in a low-scoring game, it doesn't take much for the tide to turn. Jake Murphy now to Sitzma. Takes the mark in defence of 50. Goes back to Jake Murphy, who has a bit of space to run now. He does so. Runs 15 metres. Kicks up the wing. They fly. Charlesworth's there. Shovels the footy out. Jet Maloney can't work it clear. Casey Curtis isn't there. He does get a kick forward. Taken there by Holt. Good tackle. Yes, holding the ball. The Tigers' pressure has gone up a notch.
They've got to be. It has, Dave. They've got to be careful though. Like they had the free kick then, and then they just wanted to keep going with it. Like, you know, and the book's out again here by the looks of it.
Well, I think the indiscretion might be the other way, Max. There might be 50 here.
I think they've got a number, writing a number down in the book there. And
we've got another cool-off period, I think, and we've got 50 metres, so that's a big moment in this game.
I don't think it's a cool-off. I think that coloured card looks a little bit like a yellow.
Okay, well, get Chris to check that out. If you text me up here in the box, Chris, to see what's happening with these two players that are coming off.
Against Tom Sunners, only the one. I think he was reported.
It's coming off, and it's 50 metres. Mitch Bennett's got the footy.
That's a yellow card.
Yellow card. So that's 15 minutes and a report.
Yep.
Okay. The last thing you want in a leading up to a prelim final, if you make it, is a report. Anyway, Mitchell Bennett lining up for goal. He's kicked 22 goals this season, and his 23rd would be important. Bennett for goal. Kicks the first for Longford, and they're right back in this here at Youngtown. 1 goal, 2-8, 2-6-18. They trail now by just 10 points. For all your LPG needs statewide, talk to locals with knowledge. Phone 13 11 61. Thank you, Elgas, for your support in season 2025.
Not very often you call in a game, Dave, the first goal for a team at the 10-minute mark of the second quarter and say they're well and truly in it.
Yep.
But 3 goals for the whole game, 2 to South in the first quarter, to the town end, and 1 to Longford now to the town end. The compliments of a 50-metre penalty and a bit of a indiscretion over there on the half-forward flank. So you've got to make the most of every opportunity today, and Longford have in that occasion.
Get to some of the group stats early in the second quarter in a moment. The next stoppage. Here it comes. Hubbard's tackled. Spills. Freeland. Tom Graham from 50 on the run. This would be huge. He's missed it. 2-7-19. Just wasting some opportunities here, the Bulldogs. It was a really quality centre clearance there. Groups, some stats early.
Longford on top of the clearance is 5-1 this quarter, and inside 50, Longford have been in 5 times to South Launceston 3.
Okay, so they've got some control of this game. They have to convert it into some scoreboard pressure, and that goal will really help. Chips up the wing. Madden crashes the contest. Wicks can't pick it up. Dakin did some really good work there. Got it to a teammate in Dwyer, who's tackled to a standstill. Umpire breaks it up.
Big numbers around the ball, like there has been at every contest, Dave.
The players that went off, can go back on the 24-minute mark of the quarter. Thanks, Chris Sayer. This ball spills out of bounds. Charlie Taylor has been out of the side for a while this season. He's a valuable forward. Can really kick a sneaky goal here and there.
So the reason he was out of the side, Dave, I stand to be correct. I think he went overseas for 6 or 7 weeks.
Yep.
Back about 2 and a bit weeks ago.
Picked up here by Ben Murphy. Can't break clear. Ball spits out the back. Here's Dakin. Tries to break a tackle. Got to give him credit for trying to break the play up, but he took on a bit much there. And tough nut Tom Graham.
You can say I handballed it as much as he liked. You beat that first tackler, you get caught the second time. Bingo.
Inside 50, not a great kick. Mark drop though. Kobe Moore butters up. Torpedo spiral outside defensive 50. Tom Thune with the punch. Dakin doesn't muck around. He kicks it up the wing. Does well and finds Bennett. The goal kicker for Longford. Mitch Bennett puts himself under a bit of pressure, but kicks good for Maloney, who dives in and takes the mark. He plays on now. Terrible kick. Bouncing ball though. Lacks a fortune towards Larby. Can't quite pick it up. Trying hard. Ball out of bounds. So Longford another inside 50. That's what, number
6
for the quarter. Thanks, Grooves. The rain continues to fall here. It's set in for the afternoon, no doubt about that. We'll talk more about that in a second, Max. So we're about to get the boundary throw in. It's very short, will be called back. Bounce before it got to Larby, it's going to be called back. Just on that, I mean, the team that gets through this game has got just a 6-day break, which when you get a wet weather game, it's pretty significant. There's a lot of bruises and bumps out of this contest, no doubt about that.
Certainly saps your energy running around for 120 minutes plus in these sort of conditions.
Larby and Freeland. This one's a better throw in. Larby's got it. Tries to release on goal. Doesn't make contact. Page now with a quick kick out of defence. Spills over the back. Bouncing footy. Farrelly got it to Lee. He was tackled. Lee again, second opportunity. Does get the kick this time. Only as far as Kobe Moore. Gets a high tackle. Get the free kick. Slow getting up, Kobe Moore. He's had some injury problems this season.
He did. Not quite sure what the injuries were. But late start to the year.
Kicks towards half forward to be downfield against Hunter Farrelly. Popular decision there, the Longford crowd below us. And it's going away Jake Murphy. Probably too far out to score, you'd think.
He'll take him on at the mark, Dave. He'll get close and he'll decide to run around him.
It just goes directly. Larby and Woodcock Davis are there. Good thump there from Alexander over the top. It's a quality fist there towards the boundary line. Front of the scoreboard, 30 metres around from the Longford goal. They get the only goal of this quarter.
Yep. And that's where the Longford smalls have got to be better. You know, high in the air, Larby 1v4, not one of them at the front of the pack to get the crumb.
From the boundary throw in. Sitsmart takes it. Kick smothered. Ball goes up in the air. South player lays on it. Ball up. So the lights are on here at Youngtown Oval. Been since the start of the game. Just joined us the women's game earlier. Launceston, 36-point win over Scottsdale. They'll play Deloraine in the prelim final next week. Got another stoppage. And earlier today, North Launceston a big win in the seconds, Max. A lot of their players that I've seen play seniors this year roll back to the seconds. They're at full strength at the moment. They had a big win over the Tigers. Out of bounds. Far side.
It's one of those quirky rules, Dave, because their seniors aren't playing next week, and they played yesterday.
Yep.
There's about half a dozen players in that team, because of the way it works, can't play next week because your seniors aren't playing.
Okay, you're not qualified.
The rule makers, there's a suggestion from City Park Radio, change that.
Max Walker, write that one down as down it comes. There'll be another stoppage. So not much happening here at the moment at Youngtown. But we do have a tight contest. It's not going to be a 114-point margin today, Max.
No, I'd take a bet for 140 under. Under's 140 game total today.
Oh, yes. It won't be a big scoring game for sure. There's a kick up the wing with Jake Murfitt now. Kicks towards half forward. Carl Fraser did well. Then goes Freeland, the big ruckman, athletically. Off the ground from Page. As they wrestle each other over the boundary line. The ball's been over there for a couple of minutes. Might get some stats from you groups just to break things up a bit.
Yeah, clearances Longford 6 to South Launceston 4. Inside 50s Longford 7, South Launceston 4, and Longford will probably hit out to 9 to 3.
Okay, Deegan Madden, what an impressive player he is. Jake Murfitt, but he handballs it straight to Harris. His handball to Wicks puts him under a lot of pressure. I wonder about the handball game today, Max, as we've got a bit of a push and shove inside the attacking 50 for South. They get a free kick. Goes to Holt. Handballs it off to Page. He'll just Boot it forward 45, 50 metres. Inside attacking 50. Punched away from Oliver. Tom Foon up forward at the moment. He can't pick it up. There's water on the ground now. You can see it spurting up as the players slip and slide. We've got a ball up now. 45 out. Youngtown Oval this afternoon. It's been a great pleasure to be here throughout the season. Great spot to call the footy from here in the timekeeper's box. Towards the boundary line. Not knocked over though. Casey Curtis spirals it up the wing. A lot of players in the contest for the mark. Oliver Chugg gets some distance with a kick. Getting back there and mopping up nicely for South is Ollie Woodcock-Davis. Decides to switch to Holt. Slides along the turf. Holt and Sam Gray for this ball. Sam Gray might have got there first. Holt, though, a bit more experience. Gets it to Fraser. Fraser caught from behind. Now, I was going to say he got the kick away, but I think it might have been above the knee. Was the issue there with the kick.
Quite possibly, Dave. Didn't quite see it as well as you, but yes.
Yeah, the binoculars help, no doubt, in these conditions. Up the wing. There's the footy. And we get our umpteenth stoppage for this quarter. 19 minutes gone. 3 goals kicked in this game. 2-7-19 South Launceston. Longford 1-2-8. Holt works hard. Got a holding free kick. It's going to go to Grant Holt. He's had a terrific season. Co-coach and on-baller for the Bulldogs. Played a bit of footy down at Launceston as well in his younger days. Tries to find Freeland. Freeland spins. And he's caught with a footy, so free kick to Longford.
The tide's turned a little bit. Longford are getting a lot more of the ball. They're first to it, getting their fair share of free kicks, where I thought they're probably in the negative in the first quarter, but just not getting the penetration deep into the forward line with it.
Lee kicks it to Seb Page. Poor handball to Fraser. Gets it back though, Seb Page. Kicks for distance. Front position, Logan Smith knocks it away. Good work though by Headland. His kick's very good as he can get it to Casey Brown. He'll get it on the run. Can't get away from Munting. Has support though. Ben Murphy, 45 out. Kicks towards goal. He's got a teammate back there in the goal square, Jet Maloney, who can't take the mark. 1-3-9. Now Longford, South Launceston 2-7-19. Just well, Matthew McGee's not here today because I think he would be seeing this through a South Launceston lens by some of the texts that he's sending us. I'm not going to read them out on air. He's got some forthright opinions, our Macca. From the back pocket. Pick up the wing. Logan Smith couldn't quite take it. It's a tackle laid there, no prior.
We must add they're very valued opinions.
Oh, of course they are. Of course they are.
Yeah. So if you, as you are listening, Matthew, we value your...
We're just not going to read them out on air.
We value your input, and thanks for not coming today.
He'll be back with us next week for
Will
the
he?
prelim. He will be. Windsor Park. Loves the balcony. Comes back now to Freeland. Defensive side of the wing. Oh, good smother there from Deegan Madden. You can hear that thump in our effects mic. They're right below us. Madden's tackled. Ben Murphy, he's a real hard worker for Longford. Awkward kick though. Picked up here, Casey Brown, spearing pass. And Hamish Sitzma has taken the mark. Within range, even on a wet day I'd say. He plays on, he's got a player further afield. And that's Dakin. William Dakin will line up. He's kicked 9 goals this year. Very versatile player for the Longford Tigers. And this to put them within 4 points. William Dakin. 30 out. Keeps it low. And kicks are behind. 1-4-10 the Tigers. 2-7-19. Their opportunities you just got to take on days like this, Max.
Yeah, you're not going to get any probably easier set shots than that, and you've got to make sure you nail them today.
Woodcock-Davis cruises out of defence. Long, high kick up the wing. About 10 players in the pack that rose for it. Ethan Hubbard, chaos ball back in, but there he is again. Ollie Woodcock-Davis. Holds things up. He's going to go back from whence it came. Front position, Alexander. Deegan Madden with a big fist, but he got in the back there of Alexander. He's got up holding his calf. Very gingerly. So he might come off for a spell after kicking this. See how he pulls up. Kicks it up the wing. Tootle there. Might have got high contact. Spills out. Jack Morrison there with a push and shove. Hunter Farrelly close to the boundary line. Caught with a footy. And the crowd tell the story, holding the ball. Having a good quarter, Ben Murphy. Not a player we speak about a lot, but one of those solid citizens that always gives his best for the Longford Footy Club.
Yep. He knows one way, and that's forward, and 110% every time, did he?
Close to the boundary line, Logan Smith. Out of bounds. Hunter Farrelly takes it over. 2-7-19. South Launceston, 1-4-10. I'll get the score as often as I can. For our radio listeners, still very dark over the Tamar River to our left. No sight of a clearance of this rain as yet. 23 minutes gone. Over the back, Munting with a bit of space. Rarity on a day like this. Into the centre of the ground. Contested footy. Here's Carl Fraser. Nearly executed the pick-up. Little fumble though. Brendan Taylor, he does it well. Gets it to Cocker. Kicks it inside 50. South's first entry for a little while. Kruger there with Dwyer. See it out of play. Boundary throw in. Inside 50s this quarter, Groups?
Yeah, 10-6 Longford's way.
Okay, so they had a good quarter. Sure, I've seen any breeze advantage, Max. We can see those trees starting to sway now, but I think I'm seeing kicks go pretty well both ways. It's the prevailing breeze here back in your day.
What was? Or
Yes.
8 or 10 goals. You're kicking them from the middle.
Okay.
On your left foot. Was that strong?
From experience there, Max Walker, as it comes out for Longford. Cleared by Hubbard. And it's out of bounds.
Now, I've certainly had some blustery days up here in the past, and there'll be some in the present as well, but thankfully today is neither day.
It was the NTFA's equivalent of Windy Hill back in the day, wasn't it?
Yeah, yep, 100%. Right on cue. Have a look at the gum tree now.
Yeah,
A little bit
starting to really sway.
doing the nut push over there, bit of a swaying around.
Comes to Cocker, releases the footy, but straight to Casey Brown. Goes away from the contest, close to the line, and over. So if this margin is maintained at half-time, I think Casey Curtis will be pretty happy with the way things are going.
Yep, absolutely. It's their backs have defended extremely well, and South have been the team this quarter that have been unable to penetrate deep into their forward 50.
We're on centre wing. Chase Oliver in the ruck against Madden. The young Chase Oliver under 16 player does well. Lays a tackle on Madden. And it's holding the ball. Chase Oliver tells him all about it. There you go. Who needs special comments when you got the effects mic?
Said with a lot of sincerity.
It was. A lot of praise here for Max's umpires. It's up it goes. It's a half forward. Front of the contest, Morrison overruns it. Casey Brown can't quite pick it up. Now there's okay, so there we go. Some more advice. It's going to be a free kick going the way of the Bulldogs.
I suspect that paying spectator who changed his mind relatively quickly there in a matter of 20
Absolutely.
seconds.
Jack Morrison goes wide. Mark dropped there by Foon. Has time to butter up. Gets it back to Summers. Summers inside 50 for South Launceston. Gee, that's a great mark in defence by Jake Murphy. Important one too. He's looking left to try and switch it. Max saying go long, son, and he does. Up the wing. In the direction there of Sitzma. A great spoil from behind by Woodcock Davis. Out of bounds. 26 minutes and 40 seconds gone. Just a couple minutes left in this quarter. Last time we'll review all the footy from yesterday. Look forward to next week. A lot of grand finals here in the NTFA and elsewhere. From the boundary throw in. Not Kruger, that was Freeland there with the tap. Free kick, I'm not sure what for, but it's going the way there of Longford. Looks like Ethan Hubbard. Kicks along the wing. Cock Davis with the big spoil. Out the back, little fumble Summers. Collects it again. Kicks it high. Close to the boundary line. And now it spills over for Another boundary throw in.
Had a few over on that far side, Dave, haven't there?
Yeah.
Too many boundary throw-ins on this side. Maybe one or two down in this pocket at the southern end of the ground, but there's probably been 6 or 8 on that far side. So obviously they're trying to play that top side. Both
Very much
teams.
a nor'wester today. Now with Longford, close to the line, far side of the ground. Attacking side of the win for the Tigers. Still time for a late score here. Kick the only goal this quarter. Sitzma hits it Longford's way. Worked there though by Summers for South Launceston. Gets some distance on the kick. Caelan Matthews handball over his head. Ends up there with Lee. He's caught with a footy. That was Tom Graham. I think I got it right the first time. Matthew Lee was caught with a footy. Back to Kobe Moore with a free kick. Needs to move it quickly. A lot of time left. They haven't got those boards on the boundary like the AFL Max with 30 seconds, minute to go, and all those other symbols.
No, we'll just keep an eye on that time clock. And got a little bit of an inkling when it's about to go, Dave, because we see the button being pressed up here, which is sitting right in front of me, and I've been told I'm not allowed to touch it.
No, don't touch it indeed.
Okay.
Out of bounds on the fall. Free kick South Launceston. Don't think there's going to be time for another score. Low kick towards the boundary. Ends up a good result here for South Launceston. Diving mark. Kruger kicks to half forward. Maybe an opportunity for South Launceston. Over the back, Jake Murphy overruns it. Comes back here towards Cocker. Picking up is Ethan Hubbard. Taylor working hard. And gee, that's almost out of bounds deliberately from that Longford player if it goes over, but it doesn't. Now it goes over. Yeah, a boundary throw in. Nearly 30 minutes gone. Under the floodlight that's brightly shining there in these gloomy conditions. From the throw in. This comes out there towards Munting. A lot of players on the footy. Tiring game for these players. Taylor inside 50. Almost a mark to Harris. Spills to the front. They take the footy, Longford. And that'll be the last action of this half.
Talk about the lights, Dave. If all those lovely politicians out there, I know South would love to get the lights upgraded to play a bit more footy up here of an evening. So let's make it happen, Hollies.
Absolutely. Longford clear it out. And it's half time here at Youngtown. In a pretty gruelling encounter, it has to be said. Tough, uncompromising finals footy. And at half time, South Launceston 2-7-19 to Longford 1-4-10. Max in that quarter. It was 1 goal 2 to Longford, to South Launceston 3 behind. So, yeah, tough footy. And as I speak, the rain just gets heavier. Max, goal kickers.
Goal kickers for the quarter. Mitch Bennett from that 50-metre penalty that occurred over there on the half-forward flank. He was the sole goal kicker for the quarter. For South Launceston, their 2 goal kickers up to half-time is Matthew Lee and Sam Lucas. So 3 goals scored in a half of footy. You would, if you weren't listening, weren't watching, you'd say it must be a dull game. It's not a dull game. There's plenty happening up here at Youngtown. It's tight, it's ferocious, it's finals footy. It's a contest. Both sides are not pulling out. They know that if they don't win today, they don't get a chance next week. So, you know, from a physicality side of it, it's been really solid. The guys in green just walking off doing a fantastic job as well. And, we've got a very exciting half of footy coming up, Dave.
It's hard to talk a lot tactically about that game, wasn't it? Because especially in the latter half of that second quarter, it just became a slog. We saw very little play on footy. It was just getting territory the whole time.
Yep, and a thing that's changed in footy in the last, 10 years, 15, 20 years, you would have expected to see it being kicked off the ground so often, in a different era. Now, players are confident enough to pick it up. Their skills have improved. They get good handballs away. Not all of them hit the target, but they clean possession, get a handball out or a long kick down the line rather than just scrub it along the ground. It wasn't a spectacle, but you've got a bit of a spectacle here today.
Stats to half-time, Dave Gruber.
Hit-outs, which were even at 13 apiece after the first quarter, that's changed a little bit, with Longford at 18-4 in the second quarter.
Wow.
So that's gives them 31 to half-time, to South Launceston 17. Clearances to half-time, South Launceston 18 to Longford 25, to 7-12 Longford's favour in that quarter. Inside 50s, they're even at half-time with 21 each. Marks inside 50, South Launceston 4 to Longford 2. Intercept marks, South Launceston have taken 5 to Longford's 4, and free kicks also very even, 22 for South Launceston and 21 for Longford.
Yeah, it's not a marking day when you see those low mark stats inside 50 and intercept marks. Very few indeed. So well done, Groobs. It's not an easy day to do stats because there's a lot of footy on the ground, a lot of stoppages. So we're going to take a break here on City Park Radio at half-time. Today's half-time break. Time for a hot coffee or a mocha from our sponsor, Brew Coffee Hut. And they're making hot drinks for games for you today. They'll be at the preliminary final next week and the grand final the week after, thanks to Brew Coffee Hut, a sponsor of City Park Radio. Thank you for your support in season 2025. Half-time score here before we go for a break. It's South Launceston 2-7-19, Longford 1-4-10. In a moment, Max and I will talk about all the grand finals and finals happening next week. Back in a moment. The youngsters combined, another youngster in Oliver. He thinks about the handball, he thought about it too long, it was a poor handball. Might have had a shot on goal himself there. He's got it again, Chase Oliver. He snaps with the right foot. Offline. 2-5-17. Back to Holt. Left foot kick towards attacking 50. It clears the players on the bounce. Lockie Harris has got it. He's 30 out. Tough shot on goal. Near side. 2-6.
Going with it, the book's out again here by the looks of it.
I think the indiscretion might be the other way, Max. There might be 50 here.
I think number down in the book there. And
Dave Moore here with you on City Park Radio 103.7 and 96.5 and via the AFL Tas YouTube live stream with Max Walker, also Dave Gruber, and down below Chris Sayer is in one of the rooms at the moment. He'll be up with us fairly soon to give us a report there. Had a couple of people alert me that the radar saying there's more heavy rain on the way, so thank you Chris in the studio and Darren Conway who's messaged me there as well. So it's just going to get bleaker in that second half in this game. 2-7-19 South Launceston, Longford 1-4-10. The winner today goes through the prelim final next week against the Blues. They're a little bit bashed up at the moment, a couple of injury concerns, but they'll come out firing next week no doubt at their home ground Windsor Park against the team that gets through today. And the team that'll be laughing at the moment will be North Launceston because they got through unscathed. They're at full strength at the moment. They've got some selection headaches coming into the grand final with all those players available. And so they'll be red hot favourites in 2 weeks' time. But speaking of grand finals, Max, might start with, if you can get that score back there, Wynyard versus Burnie in the NWFL prelim. Elimination final. And the winner of this game goes through to the prelim next week against Ulverston. So Wynyard up against Burnie, and looks like it's a pretty low scoring game there as well. Hasn't changed much since we last looked at it. Sorry Max, here we go. Give
me some oxygen there, Dave. Yeah, thank you. Wynyard still 5-2. They had 5-2 at half time, and by our calculations here, according to the little clock we got about halfway through the third quarter. They're still on 5-2-32. At half-time, Burnie were on 5 points, and at the moment they're on 6 points. So I'm quite sure where that game's being played. Is it at Wynyard or West Park?
I think it's at Wynyard. I saw the women's game earlier, and that was at Wynyard, I think.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, so it might be a bit
I looked at the radar before. It's really heavy rain,
Yep.
heavier, I think, than what we've got here.
Yeah, so it's a bit of a slog. You would suggest, without seeing any of the game, that Wynyard are in a position to continue with that and make their way on to the following week, because it's a long way back there from Burnie.
Okay, grand finals next week, Max. There's some big ones coming up. Let's start with Division 1 women.
Yep, Division 1 women is Old Scotch versus Bridgenorth. Now, that's on Friday evening at UTAS Stadium. It will be a great game. Bridgenorth are the reigning premiers. And Old Scotch have won all but one game, and I'm not quite sure whether that loss was against Bridgenorth, and Bridgenorth have all but lost one game as well. So lost each during the year. The interesting bit about that also is I'll let you...
Amy Prokopich
on 96 goals. So will we see one of our leading female players hit the ton on Friday night?
That should be a big highlight there. I think that one's at UTAS Stadium too.
It is.
Speaking of UTAS Stadium, then on Saturday we've got a massive day of finals, 4 games, Division 1, Division 2, men's, seniors and reserves.
Absolutely. So Division 1, I'm not quite sure what order they're in. I know it's Division 1 seniors play around 4:40, and obviously the Div 2
I'll give you some info on that, because I was talking to Peter Gutwin earlier.
Yep.
It's Div 2 reserves, Div 1 reserves, Div 2 seniors, Div 1 seniors.
Yep, okay. So just a few little stats here that collated in the break. So it's Rachel Lee Hillwood in the seniors in Div 1, and leading goal kickers in that competition so far is Jordan Cousins. So a lot of these names our listeners will be familiar with, who they've had their stints at North Launceston. Jordan Cousins and Andrew Cox-Goodger both leading the goal kicking in Div 1. Cousins with 50, Cox-Goodger with 44, so that's not a bad output from... Cox-Goodger probably plays more as a forward these days than Cousins. He just runs around everywhere at will and gets the ball. But
such a fantastic player, Jordan Cousins. I mean, you've probably seen him more than I have in umpiring time, but he had that season at North Launceston there. I think they won the flag that year. He actually represented Tasmania a couple of years ago against Queensland. That game they won down in Hobart. So, yeah, he's a great footballer. And they're red-hot favourites, aren't they, against Hillwood?
They are. Rachel Lee Football Club, and this is a remarkable statistic, between the seniors and the reserves, they've lost one game for the year. Okay. So seniors have gone through undefeated, which is a great thing, and their reserves have just dropped one game during the course of the year. They dropped the final as well, because they played in the prelim yesterday. So I'm not going to say that it's one plus the final they dropped, or whether it's just total. Yeah. I'm not quite sure what it was. So a couple of great games there. Div 2, Perth, the little township to our right here, made both teams through. They're seniors and seconds. So seniors undefeated through the course of the year in the roster system, roster matches. Dropped the second semi-final a week ago.
And a big upset.
It was a huge upset. Yep, absolutely, against the East Coast Swans. I was going to call them Giants, but I think they still go as the Swans.
Now. Yep.
So that'll be another great contest. Again, goal kickers there, Ben Elmer, who been at South now for a couple of years, missed 4 or 5 games at the end of the finals, or the end of the roster match, came out and kicked, I think, 14 in the last round to get over the ton. So he's on 102. So he'll be looking forward to increasing that number. And in the seconds there, we've got Perth versus Evandale. And again, another remarkable and a fantastic achievement from the Perth Footy Club. Only dropped the 2 games in their seconds also in the, I imagine, the roster season. So some great games at UTAS Stadium next week. Everyone's expecting a pretty good crowd.
Yep.
You know, Rachel Lee got a great following. Bridgenorth in the women on the Friday night. Those 2 teams, I'll just throw out to their coaches, Will Edwards and Bobby Beams, very passionate footballers. Be a great contest. They love the footy. They love coaching the women. And it's been a really good competition throughout the course of the year. So that's going to be a great game. Hillwood,
Massive underdogs.
Massive
But
underdogs.
you never know.
Pretty come from fourth, I think.
Yes.
Yep. So everyone's been thinking.
And they weren't guaranteeing a final spot till the last couple of weeks
Yep,
either. So
yep. It took them a long time to hit top gear. So they're in the race. Perth and East Coast, I reckon you can get cheap accommodation down at St Helens and Scamander and all that type of thing Friday, Saturday night, because I expect everybody will be in Launceston to watch the footy next Saturday. And you got Evandale playing in the twos, which Evandale had a fantastic year. Their seniors bowed out last week in a remarkable game out at Evandale. I think they were 5 goals up. And Lockie Dornan probably doesn't want to hear this, but they were
11 goals in the last quarter.
11 goals, 7. Campbelltown kicked in the last quarter to, I think it was like 3 points or 1-5 or something like that. It was
incredible.
5-goal lead at 3-quarter time turned out to be a 7-goal loss. So that'll hurt them. They'll want to redeem that for next year. But got a couple of good competitions there, a couple of standout teams. But Perth have got the wobbles a little bit the last couple of weeks. Rachel Lee have rolled on, and St Helens have got their tails up. So some really good footy next Friday night and all day Saturday at UTAS. So get along and watch it.
Absolutely.
And we've got the
prelim at Windsor Park. Time to be confirmed, but so there'll be some great games there as well. We've got Chris Say, who's come up into the box out of the rain. Chris, what do you got to report from the boundary?
You boys have got it nice, I think.
We have, haven't we?
It is really wet out there, and remarkably the ground is holding up well. No sort of puddles of water, but I see it sort of puddling in the middle now, so the rain has been constant. Grant Holt addressed his players and just warned them not to get sucked in by Longford's physical tactics. Longford are really trying to rattle South with some of their tackling and the scuffles that's going on. So Coach Holt was very adamant, don't get sucked in by what Longford's doing. The players were taking off their Guernseys and wringing them out. There's puddles of water.
Old school, yes.
Puddles of water in that change room. It's a very wet day.
Thanks, Chris. And no major injuries that you can see?
Not that I can see, no.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you for your work on the band. We'll hear from you again at 3/4 time.
Yeah, okay.
Get your steps up today, coming up those stairs. Thanks to Chris Sayat there on the boundary. We haven't got Longford out on the ground yet, so Chris, you might take just 1 minute, 60 seconds of a couple of messages from City Park Radio, and we'll come back to resume the second half. Welcome back here to Youngtown Oval. Rain has eased slightly, but we can now see puddles forming over the ground, especially in the centre. You've just joined us at South Launceston 2-7-19, leading Longford 1-4-10. Just the 3 goals kicked in the first half. So time to get back underway. Just here on the boundary, umpire Riley Donlan is coming to the Longford bench, just checking on something. Sure what's going on there, Max? Can you work it out? Some conversation going on, anyway. Umpire Riley Donlan's going back to his position. Second half action, elimination semi-final here at Youngtown. Dave Moore, Max Walker, Dave Gruber and Chris Sayer with you on City Park Radio and the AFL Taz live stream. We're back underway and we'll get a secondary ball up. First goal is going to be pretty important, Max.
Yeah.
The margin's 9 points. If it gets out to 15, plus. It's going to be hard to rein in. Casey Curtis gets a kick out of the middle. Gets it going Longford's way. Tracking it back is Tom Foon. Knocked out of his hands by Jet Maloney. He can't release a handball. Not penalised. Ball does spill out. We're now inside the attacking 50 for the Tigers. More advice coming from the crowd. We like that, as long as there's no expletives. Out it comes now. So, taking the tackle there was Alexander, who's in the short sleeves now. Not sure why he's made that change. Maybe the other jumper got ripped. He might be going for a dry jumper. Talk about the jumpers being rinsed out at half-time, Max. They're not made of the same material as back in our day. Woolen ones. I used to gather a fair bit of water. Out comes towards the half-forward. Mark taken by Ollie Chugg. That's a tough mark in these conditions. Up against Seb Page. And he's going to line up 30 metres out directly in front. Now, no shot is easy on a day like this. There's another scuffle breaks out. But this is a crucial shot on goal here from Ollie Chugg, who's kicked 28 goals this season. Been a sharp shooter for the Tigers. Usually a reliable shot. Kicks towards the goal. It's through. And Longford come that little bit closer now. 3 points to margin. 2-4-16, 2-7-19. And just the value of that quick kick on a day like this. You know, it might be a 50-50, but you can often find a player by themselves, and that's what happened on that occasion.
Yep, it's all about just getting the ball in quickly, isn't it? And probably there's no better hands or no better foot for Longford. He's kicked a lot of goals at North Launceston in the D-League when he was there also. So great finish. Exactly what Longford needed in this quarter. I'll go back to your comment in a minute, Dave, about the type of jumper. Let's just follow the footy for a minute.
Okay.
I'm not going to let you go with that one.
Up it goes. Off the ground there by Casey Curtis. He's a great wet weather player, Casey. Holt. Left foot kick to half forward. Can the Bulldogs respond? Spills over the back. Working hard there is Harris. Little kick by Dwyer. Does okay. Gets to Gatenby. His kick's going to go straight down the throat here of Tom Foon. Takes a good wet weather mark on his chest. So Foon, his players stream forward now. It's going to go wider. There's a teammate there. Pretty sure that's Charlesworth, the number 12 it is. So the skipper, Harry Charlesworth. What a great kick. Cut off there by Headland. Now, Dylan Headland can launch here. Goes towards Mitch Bennett. Dives in and takes a good chest mark. Switches play now to Hubbard. Hubbard, handball coming past from Headland. Inside 50, Maloney. One grab as he pushed from behind. He was. Over the shoulder in the marking contest. And very similar position to Oliver Chugg's shot on goal just about a minute ago. 3 minutes into this quarter. There's Jet Maloney. Spent some time at Launceston. Former Tasmanian junior rep. Lining up.
Probably dare say it's the most important shot at goal he's had at Longford in the 2 years that he's been there, I reckon, Dave.
Absolutely. And he comes. Jet Maloney to put the Tigers in front. It's a low kick, won't make the distance. It's play on, it's off hands. So Seb Page took it. Chain of handballs now to Charlesworth. Kicks. Oh, big fly there from Lucas. Couldn't take the mark. Spills to Alexander. All of a sudden, South Launceston are up on the wing. Taylor has a player, Tom Graham, going past. Kicks up to attacking 50. Farrelly takes the grab. Another player that's gone with the short sleeves. That could be 50. It is. Hunter Farrelly will march to the goal square. I'm sure the players who held on there. But silly 50 to give away. And all the hard work is undone as Hunter Farrelly kicks a goal for South Launceston. And their margin is now out to 9 points early in the third quarter here at Youngtown.
He didn't have anything else to do more. Like, he couldn't do anything less. If he let him go, he was running towards goal and there was no one between him and the goal. It was nearly a certain goal anyway. So it was a professional free, but it needed to be another 75 metres away from goal.
That's right.
Not 35 from it. So How quickly does a game transition from one end to the other? You had the shot down here from Jet Maloney where he's kicked it into the man on the mark. David Swallow, like last night, trying to kick a goal and ended up a point. That one didn't even score a point. And just the run and carry of South in these conditions down the far side along the wing. Got it up there, quick transition into the hands of Farrelly, goal.
Well, you have to mention that movement of the footy on a day like this was magical by South Launceston Bulldogs. Out it comes to Gatenby. Can they respond again, Longford? Gatenby inside 50. The mark nearly taken there by Sitzma. You might get another opportunity here. Maloney slung in a tackle. Caught with the footy. Umpire says ball it up. Umpires today: Tim Brown, Ryan Gregson and Riley Donlan. Freeland with the tap. Quick kick forward there by Sitzma. Dangerous. Larby crashes in. Contact there on Alexander. No free kick. Woodcock Davis is caught. We've got a ball up. Only 20 metres out from the Tigers' goal.
Don't mind that from Larby, just crash in the pack. If you lose a free kick out of it, it makes the defender think twice about standing there next time.
You create some space. No doubt about that.
You've got 120 kilos coming at you. I'd create some space too, Dave.
Larby came back in the side a few weeks ago, hamstring injury. Now recovered. Munting, outside defensive 50, that's a good kick. Vanja Lucas soccers it off the ground. They're now up to the wing, the Bulldogs. Headland should get there first. He wants the out of bounds deliberate, and umpire says yes. Insufficient intent. Thoughts, Max?
A bit hard to tell from here. It looks like Headland could have actually grabbed the ball. He was running away from him, but had his arms out early.
As kick comes up towards the half-back line. Mark taken there for South Launceston. Tom Foon, the co-coach, as my gear goes flying. So just retrieve that. The ball goes up the wing. Longford in possession. Kick to the centre of the ground. Chance here for Dwyer. He doesn't muck around. He pumps it back in attacking 50. Bouncing chaos footy. Tom Foon will be first back there. Close to the boundary line. He's happy to see it over. How does the umpire read that? Insufficient intent or throw in? It's a throw in. So one of those ones there, they're hard to pick, especially on days like this. Sorting myself out there, groups, after that bit of a spill of all our gear. Live radio is boundary throw in. Sitzma front position. Very quiet here at Youngtown Oval as the rain continues to fall. Jake Murphy with a tap away. He's up there with Graham, I think it was. Handball wasn't correctly disposed of. Chase Oliver it was. Free kick Longford. Casey Brown. Wormburner. Oh, almost hits the chest there of Sitzma. Bulldogs clear it out through Tom Munting. And that's a spiral torpedo up the wing. Probably going 60 metres after it bounced. Now I heard a whistle there. Yeah, we're back in another melee.
He's played a free kick downfield.
Yes.
So it's a kick on the wing to South.
So Riley Donlan, the umpire, back in the attacking 50 for the Tigers, says high contact and points down the ground. So the free kick is taken on the wing. That's Matthew Lee. Centering kick to Munting. He's got players streaming forward. Goes back the way it came though. Plays the safe option. And it's with Graham on this occasion. This kick's an interesting one. Does get to his teammate on the bounce. Spills out now to Taylor against the boundary line. Kicks towards the scoreboard area. That's a nice mark taken defence by Tom Dwyer. Had some time at Launceston, down at the Kingborough Tigers. He goes wider here to Jake Murphy. Murphy takes his time. Pass here looking for Gatenby. Couldn't quite take it with him. Here's Hubbard. Does the full 360. Sideways kick. Casey Curtis dropped a mark he probably should have taken. Diving in there is Jack Morrison. We'll get a ball up on the centre wing. It's South Launceston 25, leading Longford 16. 10 minutes gone, third quarter. Freeland with the hit out there. So it's going to be another ball up. Groups, we've got you for the stats this quarter yet.
Longford 5 inside 50s to South Launceston 2, and clearances Longford 4 to South Launceston 3.
Okay, here's another one through Casey Brown. He can pick it up. It's good enough as a clearance, so they can't take advantage there, Longford. Ball out now to Fraser. Josh Gray. Nice handball to Headland, and the puddle's in the centre of the ground. Gets straight down the throat there of Tom Foon. Foon, 45, kicks good to Charlesworth.
Lots of holding, Dave, from both teams. It's frustrating me watching it.
So you can't take the umpire out of Max Walker. Even when he's commentating, he sees things. There's a quick kick by Longford, 40 to Sitzma. Kicks it, doesn't get full purchase. Spills, Mitch Bennett picks it up, gets tackled, wants high contact, but it's holding the ball. It took too long there, Mitch Bennett.
You beat that first tackle, like I said before, Dave.
Oh, the kick across the ground's not great. It's going to slide out of bounds. I think Woodcock Davis will just get there. Keeps it in. Larby keeps his feet, the big fella. Brings the crowd to their feet. Centering footy. Charlie Taylor was hovering. Doing well though with Tom Foon. Still a chance for the Tigers. That's a good kick off the ground from Logan Smith. And we've got downfield contact there, I think.
Blocked the bloke from running it.
Okay.
Over here, I think.
Thanks, Max.
Off the ball, Shepherd, by the looks of it.
Sam Lucas with it. Kicked a goal earlier. Kicks up the wing. Off hands. Close to the boundary line. And does it spill over? No. Kruger, I think, the kick forward for South Launceston. It gets over the back. There's an opportunity here. They can take possession. Doing well there was Farrelly, but he's caught from behind. Great tackle again from Longford. Casey Brown, he gave it to a player who wasn't looking, but it's going to have to come back anyway.
He has to go back around behind his mark. You don't take Casey Brown on his acceleration over those first 5, 6, 7 metres.
Yes.
Is the best in the business.
Sideways kick here. Lloyd lumbers after it, gets to it, kicks it off the ground. Carl Fraser slips over, gains his feet, good pressure Gatenby. And the high contact there on the Longford player. They're going to play advantage. No, let me see. Tommy Gatenby.
He plays the advantage.
Gatenby spilt the ball over the boundary line. And you can hear the reaction. Let it run for a moment.
They would have been wrapped if he got it into the goal square and kicked the goal.
That's right.
Because he couldn't control the ball. He still took him on. He still played on.
Down he throw-in. Sitzma ends up with Holt, though. Ricochet out of bounds. 3-7-25 South Launceston, 2-4-16. There's some ominous black clouds over the back of the commentary box here. Today's broadcast brought to you by Elgas. For your LPG needs statewide, talk to locals knowledge. Phone 13 11 61. Ball's thrown in. Lloyd, Murfitt's there. Murfitt tries to scoop it out. And now the stoppage. Umpire coming in to throw it up. This is umpire Tim Brown.
Ryan
Gregson. Umpire Gregson throws it up. Murfitt can't take control. Ball spills to Gatenby. Doesn't get great purchase on the kick. Over the back, there's Summers. Picked up there by Foon. And it's a smother there by Charlie Taylor.
The tempo's swayed in Longford's way here, Dave. They just can't buy a goal. How many inside 50s groups? Pete?
Seven for one goal, and South have been in twice for their one goal.
Yeah, it's a quarter they may regret not taking more advantage on the scoreboard, Longford. Anyway, underway again. Oh, gee, there's a player thrown out, Casey Brown. And umpire Donlan comes in to throw it up.
Just got to control their aggression a bit more, Longford. Like they've given away those couple of silly free kicks down here where the ball was there, transferred to the wing. You know, can't do that.
Casey Brown gets his arms free. Dwyer throws it on the boot. Gets good distance with a kick. Lobby couldn't quite take it. He got to the drop zone, but then couldn't hold on to it. He lays a tackle, spills out. Woodcock Davis. It's a teammate who's tackled. And it's going to be a free kick for holding. They're going the way of the Bulldogs.
See again a high tackle. They've just got to stay composed. You know, you can't get too excited because it's down there. You still got to win the footy, and you got to win it legally. And at the moment, there's way too many illegal tackles.
Tom Foon kicks to the wing, over the back, bouncing footy. Kick forward by Taylor in the centre of the ground. Dwyer's been pretty good back there. He gets the handball sideways, puts a teammate under pressure though. Ball spills. The rain stopped momentarily, which is good news. I think we've seen the end of it though, as Tom Foon now, right half back for South Launceston, pushes it towards the boundary, goes over now. 3-7-25 South Launceston, 2-4-16 Longford. So 1 goal straight to South in this quarter, to 1 goal straight for Longford. Just the 2 scoring shots, and we played nearly 16 minutes. And it comes. Tested footy on the far side. A lot of players around it. Out it comes. Jake Murfitt gets some space. Kicks 50 metres inside the 50. Spills over the back. Out of bounds. Close to the left behind post for the Tigers. Had most of the play in this quarter. No tomorrow for either of these teams. The winner will play Launceston at Windsor Park next Saturday afternoon.
Goal apiece so far, Dave. Low scoring.
In it comes. Larby, which he nearly took that out of the ruck contest. They lay on top. We'll get another ball up. Just a moment, as I said, a momentarily pause in the rain. But some very black clouds out the back of us at the moment. Kick out from full back there. Ends up there with number 79, Jack Morrison. 45 kick to the wing. His target is Kruger. Gets hit in the head with the ball on that occasion. Work it forward, South Launceston. Only as far as Curtis. Short distance kick to Dwyer. This kick ends up here with Freeland. Inside out kick is good to Graham. Can't quite take the mark. Casey Brown evades a tackle or two. Back to Dwyer. He's like one of those rugby league players at the moment, launching the kicks. With a high contact there on Logan Smith.
Again, they could have done that better. There was no need to give away the free kick.
No.
Just contest the ball.
So South defence are holding up here. Gruber's in number inside 50s for the Tigers.
That's their 9th time inside 50.
Kick smothered. Charlesworth might have been held without it. Play on. A lot of players around the footy. Right in front of the Longford crowd here. They're getting very vocal. Boundary thrown right in front of the Longford interchange area. Chase Oliver in the ruck contest with Sitzma. Oliver might have won that one. Gets it to Kruger. Flips it over the top here. Getting it clear was Cocker. Lee can't take it with him. Very dark now here at Youngtown. Dylan Headland kicks to half forward. Over the back. Bouncing footy. Charlesworth might get there first. Always met by Larby. Charlesworth did well to keep his feet. Sees it towards the boundary line. That was great work there by Charlesworth. He had to meet that contest. He had to keep his feet, Max, up against a physically larger player.
Yep, he certainly did. It was a good contest. And good physicality by Larby as well. Controlled himself well.
Quick update from Wynyard.
Yeah, down the coast. Bernie Dockers have kicked a goal, so it's still in the last quarter now, 7-3-45 Wynyard. Bernie 1-7-13.
It's a free kick from the ruck contest. No, it's a short throwing. Pardon? It won't come up on the stream because the camera does make things look a bit lighter, but tell our radio listeners here, it is very dark at Youngtown Oval. Something is brewing to our west. The footy in contested possession. They wanted a free kick there against Cocker. And we get another ball up. Those light towers are shining very brightly.
They are. They are, David. They are.
Up it goes. Ends up with Larby. Little kick forward. Coming out to meet it there was Madden. Longford player tackled. Maloney, ball up.
The little fellas, just Longford haven't been able to capitalise on the small brigade that they've got. Josh Gray, the other Gray boys, Sam Gray, Maloney.
Made a tackle there, Sam Gray, but illegal. Comes back to Brendan Taylor.
Tootle, who I think's been playing back most of the day. But the little guys it's a day made for them. They just haven't made the most of it.
Stormy here now at Youngtown. We have a lightning rule, Max.
We do.
And I defer to you, right? Okay.
Well, I think it applies in all footy.
Chris Sayer saying it is so dark down on the boundary. With you on that one, Chris. Yeah, well, it does look like that. There's going to be some really heavy rain very soon here at Youngtown. It's hard to see on the far side, but it's out of bounds. I know that much. Boundary throw in.
I noticed Jake Hines here earlier sitting over in the grandstand, Dave. He'd be just sitting back enjoying today's contest.
Absolutely.
I would
More
think.
rain, the better.
Yeah, just keep raining, keep being physical, keep knocking each other about. We're ready for you next week.
It's south. Oh, it's a bit of a flash then.
Yeah, it's
So the light's going on. I thought it was lightning. Thanks, Rick. You've made me panic there. But there might be real lightning in a minute. As up it comes now into the attacking 50 for the Tigers. We've had about 10 stoppages as I've been going on about the weather. Score here is South Launceston 3-7-25, Longford 2-4-16. We haven't seen a decent possession for a long time now. This time it's out of bounds. Got anything for us there, Groobs, to break it up a bit?
Lots of hit-outs, but...
a lot of hit-outs,
yeah,
yes.
Clearances, 8 each. Longford, yeah, still it's a 10 inside 50s to 2 this quarter.
Okay, it's 4:15 in the afternoon, but it was a lot later than that. The shadows from the players are visible now from the light towers. Still the Tigers press. Finally we get a kick. It's Tom Foon. Up the wing. Bouncing footy. Good area of turf there. Not waterlogged as yet. It's close to the boundary line far side. Players roll around. Eventually we get a throw in.
Hard for us, Dave, to just focus on the players out there, and no doubt it's somewhat challenging for them as well, just to be able to judge the flight of the ball and all those type of things that occur with these unusual weather conditions.
The radar is very dire as I look at it now. It's of different colours, suggesting rain. It's very imminent here, and heavy rain indeed. Now up to the attacking 50 for Longford, doesn't quite enter it. Charlesworth kicks it up the wing, and he kicks it out of bounds on the full.
Just got a text message here from Marty Powerful, who lives out Travellers Rest Way, A1 Storage. If you need to get some storage, use him, but he's saying it is thundering there at the moment, Dave.
Okay, Travellers Rest near Prospect. As the rain pelts down here now as predicted. Falls back here towards Munting. Kicks up the wing. Rising high there was Sitzma. He tries to kick it off the ground. We've got a holding free kick. It's going the way of the Tigers. We've played 23 minutes. Won't be a long quarter. So we've just had a goal apiece. Picking it up there is Josh Gray, or attempting to. Kick forward from Caelan Matthews is valuable. A big bump there. Knocks his opponent out of the way. Summers, who gets up pretty gingerly. See the player who laid the bump. That was Deegan Madden. 40 metres out from the Tigers' goal. Holding free kick going the way of Longford against Chase Oliver to Deegan Madden. Now, on a dry day, you'd say this would be an excellent opportunity.
Coming down heavily again now, Dave, and you're right. On a dry day, you'd back him in from 40 out, but some big guys aren't the best coordinated kicks, and with the weather conditions makes it a little bit more challenging. But we have seen him play some good footy, good contest, good kicks. Let's see how he goes with this one from 40 out.
Deegan Madden kicking to the southern end of Youngtown Oval, takes advantage of the stand rule, kicks towards goal. It's just offline. First score we've seen for a while. 2-5-17 at Longford. South Launceston 3-7-25 as it starts to hammer down here at Youngtown. Wide from Ollie Woodcock-Davis. Spills to the front. Try to kick it off the ground. Ends up there with Holt. Kicks close to the boundary line, and it's out of bounds. I haven't seen conditions like this at the footy for quite a while. We called a game here last year. It's more wind than rain. But, this is intense rain now.
Keeps going like this, Dave. It'll rival that game last year. That was fair to say it was ordinary conditions.
Yes. Jake Murphy with a little kick. Finds Dakin. First mark we've seen for a long time. Dakin now. Just should go long. Oh, he kicks it about 5 metres. He stubbed his toe, I think. Chance here for South. Kick along the ground. There's just no quality possessions at the moment with this rain hammering down. Kruger handballs it to a teammate under pressure. And we get a ball up. 25 and a half minutes gone. Just got over about 2.5 minutes to go of playing time. These players just pile on. We'll get another ball up. Clyde Donlan throws it up. There's a whistle. That's probably a good thing. Break things open a bit. Free kick. Sitzma. Not a great kick. South Launceston pump it out of their defence. The mark's taken by Lee. A valuable one too. Been a long time since their last inside 50 groups. South Launceston.
It's just stagnant on 2 for quite some time now.
Only 2 for the quarter. They kicked the goal out of that. Chase Oliver couldn't quite mark it. Players thrown out. There's a kick for Longford. It's going to go South Launceston's way, and I thought I heard a rumble then.
Longford kick.
Longford kick is it, thank you.
They really need a goal in the last minute or two, Dave, because these conditions are only going to favour South in the last quarter with the breeze that's heading towards the southern end.
Sideways kick. Ends up there with Sitzma. Sam Gray in there. I can't say much because it's just a rolling maul now. It's windy. It's torrential rain. It's dark. It's nearly three-quarter time. South holding a handy lead of 8 points. Holding free kick going the way of the Tigers. Taking the footy is Casey Brown.
They need to move it quickly, Dave.
Mark dropped there by Hubbard, but he recovers. Kicks to half forward over the head of Deegan Madden. Players chasing after the footy. Trying to take it away is Logan Smith. So it's 55 metres out from the Tigers' goal. Here now affects Mike now, the rain getting heavier. Hubbard gives up the footy. Jake Murphy's in there on the bottom of it. Shovelled out. Taking it as Wicks. Sideways now to Alexander. His handball, can't find a target. Coming out as Brown. Tough to call this game at the moment. It's going to get ball up.
Can't be long to go, Dave. There's probably,
No.
after this stoppage, I reckon if they get a bit of flow on here, they'll probably have 15 or 20 seconds left to go, I would have thought. As Longford kick it deep into their forward line.
Via Ben Murphy. Close to the boundary line. Logan Smith off the ground. Been calling footy a long time. This could be the toughest conditions I've called because it's very difficult to see on that far side. Did call a game in the fog earlier this year, the women's game down at Windsor Park. Taylor, I want to put one high there. He has. Take the free kick. It could be the last action of this third quarter. There's 5 goals kicked in this game. 3-7-25, plays 2-5-17. Taylor taking his time. Incredibly dark here. Kicks in the man of the mark. Holt's in there, I think, as he kicks it forward. It's a good mark taken by Dylan Headland. Close to the boundary line. Kicks long down the wing. Holly Alexander kicks sideways. Out of bounds. It's virtually a night game here at Youngtown. The rain is falling heavily. Yes, it's only 4:30, Max.
4:30.
25 minutes past 4 to be exact.
You might be calling by yourself in the last
I
quarter.
know.
I think I'll be going home.
My biggest fear is a power outage, which we had last year at Newtown Stadium in one of the grand finals.
I was watching that today on some memories that came up on the phone back to the studio.
Yes. That was good fun there. Good thinking from our producer Chris Ball. keep us on air. Anyway, back here, it's a boundary throw in. And it's 3/4 time. Wow, what a scene we've got here at Youngtown. 3-7-25 South Launceston. Longford 2-5-17. In that quarter, 1 goal straight to South Launceston, 1 goal 1 to the Tigers. I'm not sure how we can analyse this, Max, but the first half of that quarter, we did get an easing in the rain. We did get a bit of flowing footy, but in the last 10 minutes or so, we've seen about 3 marks in total taken, I think, because it's become very difficult.
And it was Longford will rue the chances that they lost in that quarter. The inside 50s groups for that quarter were
13-2 for that quarter.
Yeah, and
a lot of it.
Longford had so much of the ball. Missed a couple of shots at goal. What they kicked? What are we saying? They kicked 1-4, so they kicked 1-1 for the quarter. So 2 goals doesn't necessarily, or 2 scoring shots. Sorry, doesn't necessarily emphasise the amount of time that they had to score. It was deep down there, but they just couldn't force. So to South's credit, they defended extremely well in that quarter and didn't let them get the goals.
Yeah, they really held up, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Foon, Charlesworth, the players we talked about all day.
Yep.
Seb Page, Ollie Woodcock-Davis have been pretty strong back there.
Well, absolutely, 100%. Again, I've said it 2 or 3 times, just disappointed with the in and under guys of Longford. They've got Larby down there. He's getting his hands on the ball, but they know it's either going to go to the front or to the back of him, which is pretty straightforward, front and back. But you've got to be able to read that, and they just weren't in the right places whatsoever during any of those contests. Couldn't run onto the ball.
Did we do the goal kickers, Max?
No, we didn't. Not many of them today, Dave. We've got 5 goals in total, and one of those games again where we've got all individuals. For South, Lee, Lucas and Hunter Farrelly, compliments to that 50-metre penalty that he received underneath the scoreboard there. He got his in the 3rd quarter. And for Longford, the 2 goal kickers, Bennett in the 2nd, and Oliver Chugg kicked that one from about 30 metres out or 40 metres out in that quarter to give him one as well. So South 3-7-25, Longford 2-5-17.
We'll get back to groups of stats after the break. So we'll take a break here on City Park Radio. I don't think we'll have a very long 3/4 time because they want to get back into it. So quick break on City Park Radio, back in a moment. Straight to Dave Gruber's stats.
Hit-outs to 3/4 time, Longford 44, South Launceston 32. Clearances, Longford 37, South Launceston 28. Inside 50s, Longford 34, South Launceston 23. Marks inside 50, Longford 3, South Launceston 4. Intercept marks, Longford 7, South Launceston 8. And free kicks, Longford 32, South Launceston 30.
Yeah, so the Tigers there with 11 more inside 50s over the day, but they trail by 8 points. Last quarter action, last quarter for the season for one of these two teams. Umpire Donlan, the centre of a very dark Youngtown oval. Freeland with the tap. Can't win a decisive possession now. They can through Casey Brown. Oh, gee, look at the water on the ground there now. Spills out. Chance for Longford. Josh Gray got pushed after he kicked it inside 50. Chance here, Sitzma launches for goal. How does it go? No, it goes to the right of the goalpost from one behind. 2-6-18 to 3-7-25. So a good clearance there for Longford. And Chris Sayer still up here in the box. We might get you in a second, Chris, to talk about those conditions down there. He's not going back down, I don't blame him. As Seb Page dives in. Can't release it. Still a chance here for the Tigers inside their attacking 50. Sideways handball. Comes out for the Bulldogs. Close to the boundary line. Players wrestle. And eventually it's over. Chris, the conditions down there.
It is incredibly dark. I mean, I've never seen a football game played in the dark before. I don't know how they do it. Longford had a lot of that forward possession in the forward half in that quarter. Just couldn't capitalise on it. So, good shame.
That's from the ruck hit out there. Sitzma. Got as far as the South Launceston player, though. Comes to the wing. Very hard to see through our window here in the commentary box. We need windscreen wipers. Flipped over the top. Brendan Taylor gets a kick to the wing. Kobe Moore drops the mark. Gets back onto it. Handball sideways to Headland. His kick close to the boundary line. And that's a good defensive mark there to Logan Smith. He's had a great season for the Bulldogs. 7-point margin. I'd imagine there's extra time if it ends up level. It's a long way away from that yet. Chase Oliver, gee, nearly took a good wet weather mark there, the youngster. Emerging, oh, that was Cocker there, met in a huge tackle. That was like a rugby league front rower there. Hit and a tackle. Umpire says no prior. 2 minutes gone. Thump clear there by Deegan Madden. Going in there is Jack Morrison. Ball spills out from Munting. Casey Curtis gets a kick forward. Might be okay, it is. Sitzma. He wastes no time. Goes to attacking 50. Over the back. Larby takes it with one hand. I think it might have been touched before it reached him, though. Crowd got excited. So did I, but no mark. Close to the boundary line. It's going to be Talkie Max. I can't quite see.
Yeah, free kick to Maloney. Didn't take possession of the ball. Just slung by, I think it was Wilcock Davies there.
So Maloney right on the boundary line. Tough shot.
For Longford's sake, you'd hope he misses the easy ones. Kick the hard ones here, Dave.
25 metres on the boundary line. He's going to hook it towards goal. It's the fat side of the footy. And then that spills out of bounds on the full. So it'll be a free kick for South Launceston. Every score will be valuable here. Not just the goals. An inch closer. The runner in front of us there sloshing around with footsteps. The far side, South go. Into the darkness. We got a stoppage. About 70 metres out from the Tigers' goal. 2-6-18 the Tigers. 3-7-25 South Launceston. From the ball up. Munting couldn't quite get his foot to ball. Player stand up. Another ball up.
Lots of stoppages again in this quarter, Dave. They all favour South Launceston. Every stoppage gives them a chance to compose themselves, take a bit of time off the clock.
Taylor caught in a tackle, holding the ball. Longford's tackling has been elite today. They've won many free kicks with tackles just like that. Play a physical brand of footy. Ball in the hand of that tackling machine, Casey Curtis. He kicks towards goal, fades away, Larby. Put his hands to it. Kick forward there by the South Launceston player in Charlesworth. Chase Oliver almost took a grab. Desperate stuff. Tommy Graham. Little kick. Off the ground. Close to the boundary line. Might go over. Tom Graham approaches it. Off the ground from Longford. Ricochet's out of bounds.
Hard to tell over there, Dave, as to whether it's a metre away from the boundary or whether it's 15 at the moment, isn't it?
This is, as I said, this is probably one of the hardest games I've had to call. To play consistently on that side. See the headlights really brightly. Not sure why they're on really, but anyway. They might be thinking they're contributing to the lights, but it's annoying for commentators. From the throw in. Players dive in. Casey Brown using a bit of experience there in these conditions. Kicks it 40 metres towards the attacking 50. Still in play. Hayden Smith, I think that is over there. Diving in. Another ball up. 37-25, 2-6-18. 2 goals since half time. One apiece. Kick out of the congestion there from Charlesworth. Good kick too. Got a lot of meterage. Dwyer kicks it, handballs it straight there to Taylor. He's dispossessed. Kaylin Matthews working hard. Taylor again, inside out kick, inside attacking 50. Lockie Harris was there. Longford defender, boots it out of defensive 50. Farrelly off the ground. He lays a tackle on his opponent. And the ball up. 6 minutes gone.
The excitement's gone out of it, Dave. It's just become a dour game, isn't it? Like the players are tired.
It gets more exciting with the players on this side in front of that Longford crowd, but at the moment they're all seeking shelter somewhere. It's consistent heavy rain is falling. Still near the boundary line. A kick there from Kruger, sees the ball over the boundary line.
Absolutely. It's been going through the bylaws here, Dave, because we know there's a bit of a storm coming, whether we beat it or not at the end of the game. Just been trying to find delays for lightning and all that type of thing. I haven't been able to find it, so I'm going to give up, I think.
I think we were talking off air during the break, game at Bridgenorth recently where it was enacted, that bylaw. Bit of whistle on play, thankfully, so we're actually going to get a kick here. It's going the way of Longford. Casey Curtis, he's been huge today, Max.
Loves these conditions, doesn't
Absolutely.
he? He's been in and under and led by example.
Kicks up the wing, over the back. Munting, handball's good. Foon to Farrelly. Kick gets to half forward to Taylor. Now, good chance here for South Launceston. Kick inside 50. Lee nearly took the mark. Harris, snap for goal. He's got it. Lachlan Harris. Oh, that's a huge goal for South Launceston. In this last quarter, it's the first chance they've had for quite a while. They got it in there quickly, and Lachlan Harris, the youngster, so impressive this season, kicks a goal at the 8-minute mark. 4-7-31 South Launceston, Longford 2-6-18.
Yeah, look, I mentioned a quarter time. I think he had an exceptional first quarter, and thought he might have retired for the second and third quarter, Dave, because we didn't call him much, but he's popped up when it counts, and good little snap there. Very much a game-high margin at the moment of, what's that, 12, 13 points, which is, in the context of the game, makes it a long, long way back for Longford, but we've also got a long, long time to go. So don't write anyone off yet. There's still a lot of footy to go.
They need the next one, the Tigers, no doubt about that, as Tom Graham's caught holding the ball. They'll get the first clearance. To the ruckman, Deegan Madden. His kick is poor. Goes straight there to Freeland, his opposition ruckman. He flips the handball over there to Graham. Smart tap on there to Taylor. There's a bit of push and shove in the afters there. Get back to that. They fall down in the puddles. And so it's play on. Morrison kicks towards goal. Has he kicked it? I think he has. Jack Morrison. 2 in a minute to the Bulldogs. And they could be home here at Youngtown. 5-7-37 to 2-6-18. And Jack Morrison there, I think, was an advantage free kick, Max. I wasn't quite sure. I did hear a whistle. The play was allowed to go on. And the youngster, 2 youngsters now in this quarter, and that's the future of South Launceston. Harris and then Morrison scoring 2 pivotal goals.
Yeah, didn't hear what the whistle was for, or see what the whistle was for, Dave. I was too busy concentrating on the afters there with Tommy Graham and whoever the Longford player was. A bit hard to read some of their numbers now, white numbers, a bit of black stuff on the jumper, and it hides them. But certainly it was Tom Graham. He just the old two-handed palm kept that ball moving.
Good, wasn't it?
Tapped it down, so he was instrumental in that goal.
From the centre, throw up there. Longford need to respond straight away. Ben Murphy to half forward. Here's Sitzmar. Kicks long in the Larby direction. The big fella's got the front position. Can't quite take the mark. Bennett roving, launches towards goal, it fades away. Mark not quite taken there by Woodcock Davis. He's got it again now in his 50th game. He's been good. Outside defensive 50 there to Cale Fraser. Cale Fraser, they're going with the long kicks now, South Launceston. No need to take risks. Ball ends up here with Farrelly, happy to take on the tackle. Off the ground, Taylor. It's a full forward. They're working hard here, the Longford defence. Tootle in there. Out to Kruger. He's tackled by Dwyer. So after an arm wrestle, Max, just South with those 2 goals have really got the advantage back in this game.
Yeah, it's certainly be hard to swallow for Longford losing those couple of quick goals like that. In about 90 seconds they kicked them as well. So a great start to this last quarter.
Rain getting heavier. Kick out of defence there from Casey Brown. The side of his foot, and we get a mark there. It's like Graham for South Launceston. He kicks inside 50. There's water sitting on most of the ground now. Handball from Lee. Thump there to space for South Launceston. Snap. One behind. You can see snap that might have been Munting. Kruger, but it's one behind. 5-9-39. 2-6-18. That rain is now as heavy as it's been all day. It's thumping down here at Youngtown. It's dark, black as the ace of spades, as they used to say back in the day. Kick comes here towards Gatenby. Close to the boundary. Hasn't been on this side of the ground for quite a while. Jake Murfitt. Handball to Gatenby. Sharked by Morrison. Might have been a high tackle on Holt. Play on. Flips out the back here to Freeland. Youngster. Can't pick it up. Piece of soap. Out to Taylor. He's tackled by Holt. They dive in. Umpire Donald will throw it up. Umpy's been pretty good today, Max. This is a tough game to umpire.
Oh, look, tough game to play in, tough game to umpire as well, definitely 100%.
Been physical, there's been little spot fires. Taylor now takes the footy, tackled by Holt.
Those tackles now, Dave, at the 12.5-minute mark of the last quarter, they're not as ferocious as they were at the 12-minute mark of the first quarter. As
we said earlier, 6-day break for the winning team before they face Launceston at Windsor Park. Seb Page, handball sideways to Wicks. Freeland nearly takes the mark. Off the ground, Tom Graham, smart play. Leading out to it is Chase Oliver. Brendan Taylor's there. He's over the footy, he's slung to the ground. And it'll be a ball up right on attacking 50.
Having a go again, Dave.
Chris Sayer, you got something?
I just had a quick Google check. The 30-30 rule, Max. Ever heard of that? If there's 30 seconds or less between the Lightning and the Thunder, the game is stopped immediately for 30 minutes.
Okay, it's an interesting one. Thank you, Chris Sayer. I must admit I haven't seen any lightning in our distance here at the moment, so we might have just missed the storm. Let's hope we have. We don't really want to delay here. Proceedings. Up it goes. Freeland wins the tap to space. Falls back to Tom Foon, who's been great today. Oliver Chugg's flung out of the way. Illegally, says the umpire. So it comes back to Chugg. Time now, a bit of the enemy of Longford. 14 minutes gone. And they need 4 goals to win this game. Down to the front of the contest, here's Freeland. He's tackled. Oliver Chugg, kick forward. Falls in the lap there of Taylor. He plays on to Sitzma. His shot on goal. Hamish Sitzma. He kicks it for Longford. And maybe there's a pulse here at Youngtown for the Country Tigers as Hamish Sitzma kicks a good goal. Smart play there by Oliver Chugg. And that just keeps them in touch. 3-6-24 Longford. 5-8-38 South Launceston. Been playing 14.5 minutes, Max.
And it was a smart little quick kick too. I think it came from Chugg to Sitzma, wasn't it? It was probably just saw the opportunity there because there was no players in front of Sitzma. Had a couple coming in from the side, but he thought he could see there, Chugg, that if I can get it over to him, we're a chance here, and finished extremely well. Under a bit of pressure in the end because there was a couple of guys running at him, but finished it with a 6-pointer.
If you're enjoying this game here on City Park Radio and the AFL Taz YouTube live stream. Good old-fashioned finals footy in the wet here at Youngtown. Up it goes. Taken there by Madden. Kicks high in the air. Umpire says play on. Might have gone 15 in the end. Doesn't matter. Spills to the side. Wicks is there for South Launceston. Bulldogs have the numbers. Well, that's good from Logan Smith. Smart play. Gets it backwards to Graham. And his kick's a beauty to Lucas. Drop the mark. Doesn't matter. He kicks it inside 50 now to Lee, who takes it in front.
That's the key word, Dave. In front in conditions like this. And the Longford defender, who is that Dakin?
Caelan Matthews?
No, Caelan Matthews. Have to be in front. You can't rely on the ball carrying, and you can't rely on the ball being high in the air. That came at about belly button height, like a rocket.
So Matthew Lee, kick one today, Max?
He has. Yep.
He has indeed.
One in the first.
So he's now kicked 53 for the year. Goal 54 will just about seal the deal here at Youngtown. Matthew Lee kicks in the man of the mark, Matthews. Ball ricochets. Fraser releases it. Taylor. Umpire says he released it, Carl Fraser, but it was a throw. He's right on the spot. So free kick there to Longford. Tootle. White Day. Goes sideways. It's connection there with Lloyd. Joe Lloyd, Westbury Shamrocks cricketer as well. Goes wider. Gatenby drops the mark. He's under pressure now. Great tackle there by Wicks. Wicks works it forward to a teammate. Kicks it further forward. Got 30 out from South's goal. Fraser. There's a snap. It's offline. Just trying to see who the player was. I think it might have been Taylor with a snap there before goal. So one behind. 5-10-40 now. South Launceston. Longford 3-6-24. Got some stats for us, groups.
Inside 50, South Launceston 6 to Longford 4. Clearances, Longford 6 to South Launceston 3.
Okay. So pretty even quarter in a lot of the statistics. Free kick here for the Tigers. 18 minutes gone and 50 metres. It's in the hands of Josh Gray. Josh Gray now. Man on the mark. Attacking side of the centre square. There's a player going past in Hubbard. He ignores him. He's waited a long time. Might as well go long now here, and he does. Sets it up. Over the back. Woodcock Davis first there. Can't quite pick it up. Dakin there as well for Longford. They dive in. Snap from Chug. It's across the face. Still in play. Charlesworth clears the area. Long kick. Might come back though. Mark taken there by Lloyd. Inside now to Hubbard. He's too far out to score. Plays on Ethan Hubbard. Umpire says you got to come back. Go over the mark. 19 minutes gone. You'd imagine max 11 to 12 minutes to go.
At the most, Dave. Mind you, there's been, again, a lot of stoppages. And a lot of this type of thing now makes the game a bit longer. Longford have got one way to go now. They've got to go long to a contest, get the small guys at the feet and try and snag a couple of goals.
Ethan Hubbard kicks long towards the goal square. Off hands. And Seb Page happy to see it out of bounds.
So that's what you want to see. He had the capacity to run onto that ball, where Longford, I've harped on it during the day, but they need to watch the replay, win, lose or draw, and just understand where their smalls have got to position themselves when the ball's coming in. But they really have been ineffective at the drop of the ball.
See if they can do something here. Sitzma wins the tap. Off the ground, might have been Taylor. Kruger lays on it. Got to be careful. Umpire will ball it up. So I think they need a goal probably out of this attacking move here. Just keep it inside 50 of the Tigers. Take an opportunity. South work it out though in the direction of Harris. Coming back in through Jake Murphy. Over the head there of the Longford player in Madden. Close to the boundary. Players dive on it. See it out of bounds.
Deep in that forward pocket here, Dave. A bit hard for you to see there with the
Yep.
bit of condensation on the screen and the
Water.
and everything else is there.
It's a great spot here.
Throw in about 15 metres around from the goals.
In it comes. You can see it now as Madden almost took it out of the ruck. They try to release a shot on goal to the Tigers. Maloney's in there, dispossessed. Spits out, Madden off the ground, close to the goal square. That's going to be in danger though. Free kick will come back to Alexander. Tough game of footy. South Launceston in the box seat to go another step further in this year's final series. Off the ground there by Sitzma, not in danger this time. Comes out to Logan Smith though, and he's got space. He moves beautifully. Squaring kick to Lucas. They'll take their time now, I think, South, with some of these possessions. Sam Lucas, been a valuable player for the Bulldogs. Kicks close to the boundary. Too close, out of bounds on the full. Right in front of us here in our commentary position. Joel Lloyd. Moves to the side and then kicks up the line. Nice mark in the wet conditions. Taken by Sitzma, who kicked their last goal. Centering kick. Plenty of Bulldogs defenders there. Off hands. They take it away. Good work by Tom Foon. Long kick straight down the throat there of Murfitt, Jake Murfitt. Started the game well, faded a little bit. Sideways now to Dwyer. He's got players on over the top. Kobe Moore has it. His kick semi-smothered, so it'll be play on whoever marks it. They don't. It's in the puddles. Not going to emerge. Ball up. The time is now 22 minutes. They need 3 goals, the Tigers. Sitzma thumps it forward. Taylor takes it. Caught with one arm. Price says, I'll ball it up. Thumps from the side there by Freeland. Josh Gray goes in. Can't pick up the footy. Well done, Taylor. He's had a lot of those little kicks today, Max, out of congestion. It's time it gets its way, though, to Kobe Moore. Plays on immediately. Goes wide, searching for Dwyer. He gets there, Tom Dwyer. Kicks it further afield. Ball ricochets off some boots. Tom Graham, backwards handball. Ends up now with Tom Foon. Foon, long kick. On the boundary line.
On the full, Dave.
On the full, yep.
Free kick over there. Not long to go, Longford. No good looking what's in the middle going backwards. You need to go forward and long and keep the ball moving.
Does exactly what Max said not to do. He goes sideways, almost coughs it up. Chance here for South Launceston. Off the ground. It's way to Harris now at half forward. He throws it out. It'll be penalised there, Lachlan Harris. Jake Murfitt. Don't think he'll go sideways. He's going to prove me wrong. He does. For a running player. It's going to get there, though, is Sam Lucas. He's got some Bulldog teammates running for him. Matthew Lee, close to the boundary line. They dive in. Big splash as they emerge. Kobe Moore gets it back to Jake Murfitt. His kick's close to the boundary line. They try and keep it in. It's out of bounds. So around 4 minutes of playing time to go. Today's broadcast brought to you by El Gas for your LPG needs statewide. Talk to the locals with knowledge. Phone 13 11 61.
8 inside 50s apiece now this quarter. Longford have had 10 free kicks to South Launceston 3, so they've had some opportunities.
Yes, indeed.
Lightning now.
It was lightning that time. Still the lights being turned on as close to the boundary line there. Taken by Fraser. We're happy to see it over the boundary line. So let's see if we get that 30-second rule.
Well, it's got to be within 10 kilometres of the ground, so...
Okay.
Yep.
I did hear some thunder. So, not sure what the umpires will do here. That's what we're playing on. Haven't got long to go. As I said, it's only 3.5 minutes of playing time left on the clock here. Longford need 3 goals. Cocker gets it to Lee, swings it towards goal, sneaks through for a behind. And the Bulldogs now 5-10-40. leading Longford 3-6-24. 16 points the margin. They don't waste any time bringing it out, the Tigers. They've got it to half-back. In the centre of the ground out of Madden. Handball's off to Hubbard. They'll go forward here. It's a 1-on-3. Plenty of Bulldog defenders back there. Charging back is Charlesworth. Up against, I think that's Sitzma. Falls over. He lays on top of it. Umpire says no prior. I think that's Sitzma. It might even be Mitch Bennett up there. Wait till he gets up.
Shouldn't have found himself in that position anyway, Dave. 1 on 4 or 5. You know,
yes.
The support just wasn't there to help him out.
Up it goes. Madden with the tap. Working hard, Deegan Madden. Ball emerges. Kicked off the ground to a dangerous spot, but got a bit of distance in it. Off the ground again, I reckon, here by South. It's up to Carl Fraser. Goes in the full 360, falls over. Manages to keep possession. Gets it to Farrelly. Farrelly's kick, tied one, close to the boundary line. It'll do for South Launceston. 26 and a half minutes gone. And they've done enough, I reckon, Max. It's those 2 goals from those youngsters in the last quarter that have proven the difference. Morrison and Harris.
Yeah, pretty challenging from here, David, to see the Tigers doing something pretty special in a couple of minutes. Or whatever time is left.
Wrap up fairly quickly here at the end of the game. The next City Park Radio programming commitment. As Chase Oliver gets it to only as far as Casey Curtis. Smart again from Lucas. He's been good all day, as has Holt. I think it was almost over, but it gets back to Lee. Kobe Moore gets it now here towards Hamish Sitzmu. Takes the mark, defensive side of the wing. 45 kick. They've got to take a few risks now. Casey Brown tries to get round Tom Foon. Good support here from Matthews. Matthews wastes no time. He goes further to the wing there. He might have got some contact after he got rid of it. Be a free kick in the gloom on the far wing of Youngtown Oval. Trying to work it for the Tigers. It's a ball up centre wing. 90 seconds to play here. Taking against Kruger. Over here towards Holt. Co-coach does well, kicks it off the ground. It's out of bounds.
Been very good today, Holt, hasn't he?
He's been great, yeah. He and Tom Foon, they've led from the front.
Absolutely.
It's going to be deliberate out of bounds, I think. Pretty academic at this stage. Won't have any after-match interviews today. We won't put Chris through that. He's shaking his head. I reckon the players will be happy to get off the ground as quickly as possible. Don't forget, City Park Radio, time to be confirmed. We'll be at Windsor Park next week for the NTFA men's preliminary final. It's almost certain now to be Launceston and South Launceston. We had a titanic battle just a few weeks ago. Down to the wire. 10 goals in the last quarter between the two teams. Let's see what will happen this time around. South will give themselves a chance. Casey Curtis now kicks up the wing. He's done a great job himself, as is this guy here, 50-game player, Woodcock Davis. Terrific season. He'd be way up in the South Best and Fairest, I reckon, Max.
He'd have to be up there, Dave, I would have thought, for the games that I've observed. Doesn't waste too many possessions, doesn't get beaten hands down that often.
Good thing for South, Max, even though it's been a physical game, doesn't look like they've got any injury concerns that we've been able to see anyway.
No, so possibly that report, which I think was...
Yes, that could be something that we need to look out for.
Young guys, Morrison or Munting or someone like that.
But other than that, it's like they'll have a clean bill of health. It's the 6-day break. Close to siren time. Kick to half forward. Off hands. Ends up here with Casey Brown. Trying to work it forward. Little kick for the Bulldogs to Chug. That's it. South Launceston have maintained their third place on the ladder and won their way through to the preliminary final of the NTFA Men's Premier League. With a good win over Longford. They were challenged a couple of times, but in the last quarter they kicked a couple of really good goals from two youngsters in Harris and Morrison. And the margin ends up being 16 points. 5-10-40, South Launceston. Longford 3-6-24. And after a lot of scuffles, it's good to see that the players are shaking hands post-game. It's a tough finals game of footy, Max Walker.
Certainly was, Dave. As you would expect from all finals games, very, very tough, very no tomorrow type things, and the conditions certainly made it challenging for all 36 players out there at any given time, and the umpires as well. It wasn't easy for anyone today. It wasn't easy for us.
No.
It wasn't ideal conditions, but it's great. Footy's great. Doesn't matter what conditions are, but unfortunately there can only be one winner, which is South Launceston, who will move on next week, like we mentioned, to play against Launceston at Windsor Park, you said. So it's,
yes,
some would see that as a home preliminary final, but to play on every ground, so it doesn't really matter where you play finals. It's about who performs best on the day, and today it was just South Launceston. They used the ball a little bit better overall.
The defence was superb. They were under pressure a lot of the day.
That first quarter set them up with the way that they started with the defence. To Longford's credit, that second quarter they fought back a bit and held strong in the second quarter when they were under the pump with South. But in the end, South just had too many contributors across the whole ground, whereas a few of the Longford guys, pardon the pun, had a bit of a dirty day, and they'll lick their wounds, they'll make themselves better for next year, they'll look at the group they've got, they'll try and get a few more players into the club and move on from there.
They've got some games into some young players this year. I've been really impressed with some of the players they've got coming up. We might have, as the rain gets heavier, if that's possible. The Grooves might have your stats. In fact, before we do that, we might have the goal kickers, Max, as we get a nice big flash of lightning here at Youngtown. It's the best one we've seen. Thunder will be there in a second, but we might get the goal kickers, Grooves of stats, and then we'll wrap up.
Okay, for Longford, 3 goal kickers, all individuals.
There's our Thunder.
There's the Thunder. It's Mitch Bennett, Hamish Stitzma, Oliver Chugg. And for South Launceston, again, all individuals, which was 5 of them. Yep, I've got them all, Dave. We had Matthew Lee, Sam Lucas, Hunter Farrelly, Lachlan Harris, Jack Morrison.
Today's stats, Dave Gruber.
Hit-outs, Longford 58 to South Launceston's 40. Clearances, Longford 43, South Launceston 38. Inside 50s, Longford 33, South Launceston 34. Marks inside 50, Longford 4, South Launceston 5. Intercept marks, Longford 10, South Launceston 11. And free kicks, Longford had 44 and South Launceston had 33.
Yeah, so a lot of those stats are fairly close. The inside 50s will end up almost even over the day, but I think South made the most of their opportunities, and their defence was rock solid at the other end. So that's important too. Thank you, Dave Gruber, for your efforts today.
No worries.
It's been a big day, and we've got a couple of big games coming up in the next few weeks.
Certainly is.
Looking forward to that. Max, we don't know your schedule over the next few weeks, but once again, we thank you for being part of City Park Radio over the season, and more to come, no doubt.
Absolutely. Hope so, Dave. No, it's always a pleasure. It's a bit of fun. It's great to be involved and give our listeners at home something to listen to, and hopefully make it feel like that they're here. But no, it's thoroughly enjoyable. Look forward to the next couple of weeks, whether I'm here or listening or watching it. But great final series coming up. Div 1, Div 2 next week, and the ladies on Friday night, like we said. And then the big game next week in the Premier League, Launceston versus South, which will be an absolute ripper. South pushed them down there a few weeks ago.
Yep.
So be interesting to see how they come up. 6-day break, very heavy ground today, where contrasting conditions to yesterday, where it was 15 or 16 degrees and you were raising a sweat. But certainly not that type of environment today.
Thank you much, Chris Sayer on the boundary. A bit of a curtailed role today, but we can't help that. It was atrocious conditions out there. Thanks to Rick Castella, who's been hosting us in the box this year, and we really appreciate his good humour and his companionship here at this commentary position at Youngtown. Thanks to Jasper on the camera today. Did a great job as per usual. Thanks to Chris Ball in the City Park Radio studio. We've had 2 big games this weekend, so thank you, Chris, for getting us to air this afternoon and every week on City Park Radio. Don't forget, time to be confirmed. We'll probably confirm that in the morning. There'll be the preliminary final next week, Launceston versus South, at Windsor Park. Stay tuned for more programming here on City Park Radio. The final score in the elimination semi-final this afternoon, it was 5-10-40 South Launceston. They have defeated Longford 3-6-24. Bye for now.